Hey everyone.
Okay, I wasn't sounding yet, and I know for a fact that was heard. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Run the Flood, our weekly Shadowrun 5e game here on Table of Horrors. You all were graced with the beautiful voice of Noskavian in the darkness. Oh, God, I can't stop laughing. So, when we last left off, we were. As I make strange hand gestures as my brain comes back to me, there were a couple meetings that occurred, mostly between a few members and the local mob bosses, including eventually Mojave finally getting to actually face to face meet his brother's wife, Maya, which was a very emotional moment. I'm sorry I slapped you. Now, as we come back into everything, I would actually like to start with asking Anxiety to roll me your stealth rolls. Your stealth roll, as it were.
One moment, new computer logging on.
That is true.
It keeps locking me out. I don't know why it keeps locking me out. I'm gonna
The gremlins really are out in force today.
uninstall myself. Here we go. Okay. Stealth you want?
Yes, stealth. So the I don't know, it's actually called sneaking. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
God love Shadowrun.
Two. It's only two.
Oh shit. Okay.
I guess that's
All
when I
right.
came back to get my bike.
You know what?
Yes.
Roll me another sneaking roll, actually.
Oh sure. 5.
All right. The 5 is when you came back to get your bike, because you did manage to get past the system
Oh, okay.
with secret assistance. The 2, we'll say, is you coming back this final time, trying to sneak in, and as you are, attempting your sneak in, I don't know whether you'd rather use the roof or some odd area trying to get past the security system.
Oh, I don't know.
The last open zone you remember was the area on the roof. As you slide in onto the ceiling, you find out that apparently during some of the preparatory things that not only Morningstar was involved in, but apparently 404 assisted in, there was a motion sensor placed on the ceiling, almost specifically designed for you.
Yeah, that's why we did this shit the first time, dog. Yeah.
Morningstar, a alarm goes off in your systems. Midori is up and bolting out of the door.
Amazing. I get up immediately. I'm out the door, pulling up my systems on the screens of my mind. And what do I see?
You see a darkened figure hanging from the ceiling.
But also, Softy,
Yes.
does my new Watcher Spirit also happen to see him?
With a sneak in it too, I assume so. Does the Watcher Spirit have a perception or no? Yeah, it's a perception.
That's the only skill it has, as it turns out.
That is true.
One
Roll
of
that
only
perception.
two.
It's a fucking
See if
eyeball,
this-
dog.
See if that little hummingbird forgets where it is. Gets distracted by some sugar syrup.
Let's see. So it's
Can we get silly?
it definitely sees him.
Can we get silly, Softy?
Yes, you can absolutely get silly.
Okay, wonderful. So what happens is the alarm goes off, and then the there's a little like mandible that comes out of the wall and just zaps him.
Oh lord. Okay, I do have to give Anxiety a dodge roll, just because that is technically an attack, even if it is not lethal and silly.
Yes,
Uh,
it's very silly, and I want to make it clear she saw him and is zapping him.
Of course. Okay.
This is something she's
then-
actually doing.
Can Anxiety please make me a dodge?
That's intuition and reaction?
Yes. And as you're making this dodge, like I don't know, two little glowy hummingbirds suddenly appear and are like staring at you. And Cloudy, you are alerted by your watcher spirits of there's a person.
I am so sorry, you guys. I will be.
Sure.
Is this anywhere near the garage?
This is going to be a cascading thing, so we'll say that after everything starts, once it's activated, the watcher spirits go off. That you will be alerted in the garage as a small alarm starts to ring about.
Depending on what time it is, Jane may be asleep.
He's finally sleeping.
I can hope that boy's asleep. You know what?
In the garage.
Jay, do I have your permission to make it a little more silly?
Sure.
You are currently sleeping under the Amphibious. You fell asleep on one of the dollies. You jolt awake, smack your forehead into the underside of the van.
No!
Mojave, you're on the couch, so you're alerted by the zapping noise and an alarm starting.
Hello, I am back.
Welcome back. I gave Jason a little head trauma. Don't worry about it.
Oh, wonderful.
I was gonna say, I've made it back from the Golden Wing by now. This is during the night.
Yes,
put that
you made
muffler
it back and fell asleep on the couch.
Yeah, full on alarm going off, sitting bolt upright, gun in hand, wild eyed.
Yeah, I am in the living room with a little smile on my face, having just zapped him in the butt.
Really quickly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Day, have you
Hi.
rolled the roll yet?
Not yet, no. That's why I was asking. I'm back.
The roll.
Can you roll it for me?
Yeah. I'll just do that.
Yeah, don't worry about it, guys. Just you roll that for me. I'm curious now because this is about to get interesting.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Should I roll?
I'll just roll it on my sheet.
So I zap him.
Do you zap him? I don't know.
I did
four.
roll.
Was
I
he
did roll
successful?
for the thing. He was successful in avoiding it.
Okay.
I made a shot in the dark of what this little taser would be.
Okay.
Using some of your skills and what I would assume for a security system, and he
Yes.
managed to outroll the security
Now-
system.
Now, hold on, big dog. We're doing a security test.
Yes.
You spotted the infiltrator. You haven't stopped him.
No.
So he's going to scuttle past this as if he is trying to get in and take someone out.
Okay. So I would like to sort of register because I know it's him. I would like to
Don't kill me,
register.
please.
Yes.
This is another drill, dog.
Yeah. It's so even with the little like zapper that comes out, there's probably like a little wave from it, kind of letting you know that like she knows you're in here, and she was giving you a little bzz. And then once seeing like you're still like the game is still fucking on, I would like to start
Now, if you had zapped him, he'd be like, "All right, you got me. We're still afoot. We're still."
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
me-
game is on. Watson, the game is on. So I would like to you guys that are in the living room and can see her would start seeing her fingers move and kind of very very graceful way, but what anxiety sees is plates starting to come down to cut him off from getting into the building from the space that he's in.
But I've got no bones. I want to try to fucking squeeze my way through just in time.
Time for squidginess. Roll for
Yeah, yeah.
squidgy, I guess. Roll for dodge.
All right, hold on. Let me fucking.
I guess, and
I'm
make sure
gonna-
you add gymnastics.
Yeah, I don't know how long the section he's in is, but I would say maybe like about 3 plates are coming down as he's like moving through these sort of quadrants of the area.
Can Jay also roll as he's half asleep and groggily walking back in?
Yes, absolutely. Because guess what? This hatch is in the living room,
Mm-hmm.
where Jay could absolutely accidentally end up in an area where the security system might grab him instead.
It's 4.
Let me see. Let me go use.
And I roll intuition? Or initiative? Oh, wait, what do I roll?
Oh, intuition reaction.
Also, in addition, I'm very
Ah.
confused.
In
Hi,
addition-
AC.
Yes,
In
AC,
addition.
In addition to our security systems, what are you adding?
In addition,
Part of the
you're
security
dead.
system is just a blaring infomercial starts playing.
Jesus Christ.
I will say at this point, oh shit. Oh dear. Okay.
What did you do? What
No,
did I
it's
do?
fine. It's fine. Don't worry.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Anxiety, you
Oh.
are able to get out of the plates.
Ah,
Jason,
perfect.
you catch a bit of a stray as basically one of
What?
the plates is kind of in front of you. You're not under it, but it's kind of in front of you, and you are groggily, moving it, kind of bump into it, kind of fall back on your ass, like, what?
First a muffler in my face, and now what is going on?
It is.
She's staring up at the hatch, and I would like to place one last thing.
Mhm.
Basically, it's a water system.
Like a
He's
sprinkler?
gonna get pelted with water. Not a sprinkler. Sprinkler.
Oh, like a hose.
Yeah, like a hose, like a flood system just kicked on. It's gonna...
Oh, it's gonna
and
go everywhere.
She starts singing the Itsy Bitsy Spider.
This is just fencing to his people. It is about this time, because I want to roll. Do me a favor, because this is for shits and giggles. We haven't done it in a
Yes.
while.
Yes.
Heads or tails, Morningstar?
Tails. Always tails.
I'm up. Yeah, keep dropping it.
Oh.
Oh, you are so fucking lucky. All right.
The Itsy Bitsy Spider.
So, anxiety.
Hello.
You may make one more dodge test. It is getting slightly harder and harder as there are more things around you to deal with.
Yeah, so there's water, right?
Yeah, flooding the area.
Yeah, I'd like to point out that I can move on top of water.
I'm also, by the way, Mojave, I'm so sorry. You're also in this room.
Okay.
There is absolutely water that is going to be splashing you. It's probably ice cold. You are very much about to be very awake.
I mean,
yeah, I did. I
Warning,
messaged you
I
about
am
my role.
singing.
8.
That is true. God
8.
damn.
And once I'm clear, I'd like to disappear into the walls like a fucking raccoon. To plot my next move, Kevin McAllister style.
So you watch as you're like chasing anxiety around. This man's up on water, fucking bolts to a wall, and just fucking crawls in like as let's put it, like a fucking raccoon. It is about this point in time that Midori has run in. He was trying to aim with a thunderstruck.
Oh
He may
my
not have
God!
fired it. He does not. You don't know if he was gonna fire it or not. But as the water hits, he has to go to flotation mode, where he sucks up all his legs. And now he is bobbing around like a beach ball, very
Yes.
annoyed. And you just hear,
Jay is swimming too now. This is in the living room.
No,
Yeah,
it's not
wait,
in the living room. It's the vent above our living room.
basically,
There's a
it's
hatch above us, you guys. There's a hatch
I'm
above
treating
us.
it. Yes, there's a hatch above us. I'm playing it as when the plates came down. They are basically trying to isolate areas. There is absolutely water that is leaking out, but the highest level of water was where the plates actually dropped.
Mhm.
The best way to
And
put
I
this
just-
is imagine like a cage is trying to pop down from the ceiling.
Hey, Mojave, I think we have a roof leak.
No, we have a spider. And I am watching him through the walls, trying to find a way to
You just-
trap him.
You just hear, "Mother, help!"
Oh my love, you're stuck up there. Okay, hold on, and I will essentially press the suction the water button so that all that water gets out of there and he can fucking get on his legs again.
Cloudy will go ahead, walk on down. I thought the point was to just spot him when he comes in.
Oh, I'm testing some things out, is all. And she's she's using all her like non-lethal stuff on anxiety to try and stop him. She has much more lethal things in place for if an actual threat.
I mean, I currently have a literal bird sitting on his shoulder.
Oh, okay,
Like,
that's wonderful.
I
Mhm.
could.
The hummingbird watcher
What are you
spirits are
trying
still
to do?
following him.
I'm assuming just perch at this point. Just, oh.
Yeah. I want to test something else out. Hold on. And she's going to, again, if this is absolute silly shit, and you can tell me no if you so choose, but the walls start to inflate on the inside. Like where he's hiding, they start to just inflate. Like, you know, oh my God, what is it called? The insulation that it like comes out as foam.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically what starts happening. He's just being surrounded by this cotton.
Okay, you know what? Because my man's is actually having no bones, though it is extremely difficult.
Yeah.
I will allow anxiety. It's not really a dodge, but it will go with a dodge test to try to squeeze away from this. But it will be extremely difficult.
Oh, sure. Beady.
Also, by the way, I don't know if I've made it clear for Mojave, who's next to me on the couch, but like based on her actions, hopefully he recognized like there's not an actual threat. It's just her testing things on anxiety.
Just a 6.
I think
Anxiety, you
he's-
are pressed against basically between the insulation and the actual structural back wall. You are now squidged.
Squidged. And that's when wiggling his phone free, like, will send like a thumbs up text to Scales of like, it works better this time.
She just sends a snake smiling emoji back to him and will release him from the squidge. So he may detangle himself.
You can look over to Cloudy, who has Finn, who had just turned into a small little mouse who's getting ready to just when the foam starts to decompress. Like, oh.
We can do
Finn,
more
like,
tests
very
later.
sadly, like, little mouse looks down sad, shifts into the big shark, still looking sad.
Mojave still very tense, although the wild look is gone from his eyes. But he's yet to fully lower the gun, but he's not necessarily actively pointing at anything either. Just
Yeah.
Scales. Why is the
Yes.
ceiling leaking?
Oh, I have a flood system within the vents.
Why are you guys making so much noise?
Spellhound arrives.
Because anxiety is running around the walls, and I had to test some things out.
Wait, which wall? He holds up an empty bottle of alcohol.
Oh, and this one, and I pointed at the one that anxiety is
That's
at.
permission. He chucks it at the wall.
No, not the one.
What did the wall do? 404 is going to be very upset about all
That's
this
bad.
property damage.
Right?
God damn it!
I will
Well,
say,
okay.
at
A key infused bottle of penetration.
at this moment, you, Morningstar, you do hear a weird electronic coughing noise, and a very strange, almost like, kind of like, you know, when you turn a vacuum to reverse it,
Mhm.
and you look over, and it's just Midori, like, bent forward 2 panels up, dumping water out of his area.
I'm so sorry.
Your son
Midori.
caught a stray.
Mother!
I'm
Mother,
so
my
sorry.
CPU! Mother,
I'm
my
so
CPU is wet!
Okay, come here, please. And she will help him down and start to like help him clean that out so that he doesn't fry from fucking around in water.
You know,
Perhaps
maybe-
we update our shell so we have some empty water situation going on for you.
And I think we can figure out some more efficient systems.
Oh, these were the non-lethal. I thought you would appreciate it.
Saying you could make a swimming pool on demand?
The fact that that is what you took away from all this is not great. You need breakfast.
Oh, that sounds great too.
I thought you'd like that.
Just rubbing his
Anxiety.
face, exasperated as the gun is finally put away.
Yeah, she's like bubbly this morning, so she hasn't like these things are not bothering her, though they probably should. She will call for anxiety to get out of the walls.
Oh yeah, well, once he gotten released, he's already like squeezing his way back through.
Okay. And then she's gonna start cooking some breakfast for everyone. Get the coffee going.
Anxiety, once Midori is done coughing up the water out of his CPU
Jesus.
case, he looks over at you and stands up and does like a bodybuilder pose.
I'll mimic him and scream body positivity.
Oh my god.
Body positivity!
Is that what you wanted?
He
Morning
immediately
Star.
runs over to you and like climbs up and sits on your shoulder.
Morningstar is whistling the Itsy Bitsy Spider, and it starts handing out coffees to people.
Mojave accepts the coffee and is looking at it in a way where, like, you don't need to be able to read minds to see he's thinking about whether or not he wants to spike it.
Oh.
True.
Oh.
Valid.
Yeah.
Mojave,
Yeah.
how did it go?
Oh, perfectly well.
Oh.
I think still the red marks on his face have faded, but the
Oh,
nail
there
scratches
are
still visible on his face.
scratches. There's a good 4 scratches right on the side of Mojave's face. Looks like he got smashed by a cat.
Yeah, I raise a brow when he says perfectly fine. Have you seen
And
What?
does he need a touch up?
Huh?
I will
Kind of
provide
looked like he
him-
got mauled by a badger.
Oh, that's nothing.
I hand him a mirror so he can see the scratches.
Did
Oh,
one of those
dang.
metal plates hit you in the face too?
Nah.
Oh, it hit
He's
me. I'm
like
so sorry.
looking in the mirror, like, I figure he came home, he just kind of crashed. He didn't look in the mirror. He know it stung, but didn't bother. Like,
Mm-hmm.
oh yeah, no, she got me. It's nothing. They're superficial. Be fine in a day or two.
But
She
things
got
are
you?
fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Everything's fine. Yeah, no, I
Mojave.
had a nice little. I got to see Maya.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay. And we walked away with positive feelings.
Yes. Yeah. It's good.
Oh. Okay. So this was the beginning of healing then.
Yeah.
Is what okay.
I mean, look, y'all know she's got a lot to be mad about. I think, get out of her system. It's all good.
Hmm. Okay. If you say so.
Yeah, she's gonna be out of town for a while because things as
that's
they
good.
are.
Yes, that is
But,
good.
Probably a
That's-
good idea.
Yeah, that's why I left in such a rush. Oz called and was like, "You got like an hour or two, and before she's out of town for the next couple of months. If you want a chance to say hi now,
Months.
yeah."
Do you think this business is going to last that long?
This business, no. However, what with the biodome having exploded and the politics being what they are and PCC breathing down our necks, it's just better to, we don't need anybody getting ideas, trying to get to my brother by taking care of the ones he loves.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Well, if you say it's good, okay.
It's good. I couldn't hope for better.
All right. Well, here, scrambled eggs and toast for you. And then she will have like made breakfast and start putting it on the table.
Shellhound's already there, plate and fork waiting.
She put a few extra pancakes on his plate. They're just like, he's gonna eat a lot, so
Yeah, Mojave's still kind of like playing with his food more than he's eating, but he's definitely seemed to relax a bit more now that the alarms are going off. Panic has faded.
I don't think anyone is going to be as quick as our anxiety, but we know now the non-lethals work, so that's great.
We have a. Why is it so wet?
What do you mean?
The
It's a
non-lethals.
flood.
Why?
Oh, well, I just figure because it is non-lethal until it's not. If they get trapped up there because panels, water, and then they have some electrified devices up there, could cook someone should they keep being a problem.
Gas works too.
It does. It does.
But that spreads, and I don't want to get gassed.
We just need to have like a hermetically sealed base. They do it for server rooms all the time, like because you can't use water in a server room. So
Right.
instead, you have an airtight room, and when there's a fire, you flood the room with gas. No oxygen, no fire.
That's what we will have to do then, Jason, to update it. We'll seal it so then we can switch to gas.
Yeah,
Because perhaps the
fire
water is a
suppression
bit too
system.
much.
We have
Yeah,
so many
let's do that.
electronics.
Mm-hmm. Yes. She's already like making adjustments and notes so that she can do exactly that. Because maybe the water is a bit much. But
He's just rubbing his face again. Just I'm not awake for any of this. Oh no.
you
Yeah,
don't
I-
need to take care of security. I am taking care of it.
It's just all the water damage. I hate water damage.
Well, it'll be fine. She doesn't actually know if it'll be fine or
Can you
not.
control the water temperature?
Yes. Why?
Well, because you can make a hot tub in the living room.
Shellhound. This is
You know, that does remind me that one of these days, maybe after this meeting, y'all still haven't taught me to swim.
We must do this.
Right there. Perfect reason for a pool.
Not in the living room.
We can build a pool and teach Mojave how to
Or
swim
we could
outside.
go to a pool. One that already exists.
No, for sure.
There-
Like definitely
There
or
are quite a
less.
few out on the strip.
Yes, we can absolutely do this. I also just like the idea of having a pool. We had one in Jay's old apartment, so I kind of miss it, It would be cool to have a pool again.
Or we could just go to a pool.
I am saying yes to both. Because why not both? We work hard. We deserve to have it.
You plan on staying in this Loki-san safe house long term?
Well, no, we have other business to take care of, but I don't see why we can't have like an away home that is comfortable and fun for when we are here.
I mean, at that point, we might as well just go crash at the Golden Wing. Like,
Do they pay you for all the modifications you do to the apartment?
The Loki-sans? No.
Yeah.
But I am not hurting for money, Shellhound, if that is what you're asking.
Oh. That must be nice.
She smiles, and it's the smile of, I'm a technomancer. If I want money, I'll get money. She doesn't say that, but she gives the look. Do they not pay you well, Shellhound?
Oh no, I just spend it all on food.
Oh, so it's a money management issue, not that you are not paid well.
Well, it's pretty good management. I enjoy it.
that's what counts, ain't it?
Regardless, anxiety, how was your night gallivanting?
Always a good time. It was
I'm
quite
looking-
gallant as I vanted.
Right. And she's looking at him, and it might look like she's checking him out. She's not. She's actually trying to see if he was injured at all. It's like, did he get into a fight during his night out?
I don't know. Did I? I don't think so.
No, you
hope
did
you
not.
didn't. Okay.
You
good.
had
She's
a
just
fairly
used to hang
safe
around the rest
night.
of us.
Wait, he had a what?
A safe night.
Oh, okay. Phew.
Yeah, it's anxieties. You were running around Vegas. It was shockingly peaceful, actually. Not a lot of cops out. Not a lot of screaming. Not a lot of too many bad things. Just a lot of pretty happy people and tourists. Just seemingly, I don't know, like they kind of are ignoring what happened prior and just living it up.
Hell yeah. Yeah, no, he looks fine.
Wonderful. She relaxes.
He's got the physique of a man who only needs to drink water once every 3 days. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Dehydrated AF.
No, he only needs to drink once every 3 days.
No,
like,
I know. He's got them special genes.
True.
But yeah, so she yeah, I mean everything is chill and cool, so she just, is working on like putting back in place the security systems now that she's used them on anxiety.
Yeah. And there are like scrubber drones that suddenly appear and basically are acting like a carpet cleaner, sucking up all the water and running themselves back. Mojave, ooh, sorry. Midori is chasing them around a bit. You're not
Mojave's
sure why
definitely
he's
watching him, thinking back to the days when Midori was a Roomba.
Yeah, Midori's not really saying anything. He's just sort of following them around, getting down and kind of sometimes trying to look into basically their cameras.
But it's pretty weird, Midori, huh?
It is strange. Is this what it's like to look at a monkey?
Might be.
I do not know how to answer this question.
Oh,
have
mother, I
never
guess
seen
for
a
you it
monkey.
would be a snake.
I suppose yes. Then it is. I have heard of these things called zoos. They seem very unethical to me.
Nah.
Do you mean like something that is a link to the past?
No, I mean like, well, I suppose that is one way to look at it, but I have heard of these places in which they have animals in enclosed spaces, and then people come and look at them.
Yeah, and a lot of them are all about like the conservation and stuff, since the habitats have gone to absolute dreck.
Oh, I see.
Well, like humans evolved from monkeys, and maybe that's what
Yeah.
Mojave meant.
Yeah.
Sorry, Midori meant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's looking at the way you used to be, but like existentially you, and not like personal you.
Right. Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
I imagine it's what Mojave feels looking at old photos.
Mm.
Ain't gonna tell you you're wrong.
In
Things I have not thought about previously. Hmm.
Sort of gives Midori a pat on the carapace.
it's almost like us looking at kids.
Yeah.
Something like that.
We all have the potential to evolve and change.
Except you're looking at them and you're realizing some of them are still Roombas.
Oh. That is disconcerting.
Yeah. Sapiens is funny that way, ain't it?
I do not like this thought.
Well, these are the times we're living in. Your toaster could develop a consciousness, and there's nothing you can do about it. And it has to live in a world where all the other toasters are still toasters.
Did you say toaster or poster?
Toasters, but I mean, hey, them programmable posters counts too.
Well,
It's gotta be something if Pulsar gets elected.
right, that is a thing that is going to happen.
Maybe. I think the news said he was favored, but don't think he's won yet.
Hmm. Well, a thing to worry about at another point in time.
Oh, worried. Honestly, I mean, from what I hear, like, you should be all over the guy.
It's not that. I mean that is something that I only have so much capacity for stuff going on in our world and time that I cannot also add politics.
Guess it's a good thing you got me, because that's about all that's in my head.
All right, Softy. What's Pulsar's take on the Umbral elves?
Would you like to actually look up some things maybe he's been asked?
Sure. Especially now that we're in the news for being terrorists and such.
Mhm,
Real, like in parentheses, real.
mhm,
I mean-
There
No, that ain't us.
There is actually to look up. You just have to do Pulsar and match Umbra Elf to it. It's not hard to find a couple articles of interviews, not just him, but also another candidate for the presidency of the PCC. The other candidate definitely has a more concerning stance. He's not out and out being cruel, but the other than Paul, the other guy is basically making a lot of commentary about where the Umbra Elves come from. Let's put it that way. Tirtanjira, and that Tirtanjira should be held responsible.
Yeah.
Is
When
he
Pulse-
orange?
This is the PCC. No. If it wasn't the PCC, no. If this was the UCAS, I might make a joke, but not the PCC. That's the Pueblo Corporate Council. But Pulsar, on the same question, basically during a early debate, definitely had a more rounded conversation. He believes that he doesn't want to see the treatment of a new life repeat itself. And obviously this leads into, you actually find out about, though this is known, Sojourner.
It was
Sojourner-
only about a decade ago.
It was only about a decade ago. Sojourner was another AI that, well, through some rather aggressive means, did in fact make AIs
Rather aggressive
recognized.
means.
He
He hijacked an as technology-owned satellite that was secretly a bioweapon factory and threatened to basically nuke the Earth if humanity didn't release all its captive AI. So, yeah.
Yes, and then after
And
this
Pulsar was like,
process,
"Hey, let's
Pulsar
talk about this."
Pulsar did talk him down, and Sojourner is now under Pulsar's basically protection. A lot of people have complained to Pulsar, but he expresses that Sojourner was in a stressful situation and not to, leave him be. He has no intention of harming anybody. But there is a lot of people talk about how Sojourner's a terrorist, that kind of thing. But seemingly, Pulsar's stance is very much that the Umbral Elves are seemingly being treated not too dissimilar to how AI were, that they are being looked down on, they're being cast away, and it's not fair. And so in his opinion, he does not believe some of the stories that have been coming out. Because it turns out there's actually stories coming out of Tir na Nog as well about Umbral Elves. Another population in Tir na Nog. And he basically says that the PCC will not stand by and allow this kind of behavior. That it's not what we are anymore, as he puts it. So it seems Pulsar is on the Umbral Elf side.
Well, thank gosh. We'll see how long that lasts, but thank gosh.
I mean,
A politician breaking campaign promises.
Never!
If Mojave will just, at least the guy, he's been a digital rights activist for long enough. If he walked that stance back now, he'd have a lot of his own people to answer to.
So
Alas, at
Right.
least there is one
Yeah.
that is not actively trying to.
I'd
Go
say I'd
against.
vote for him, but I don't think I can legally vote right now. I don't.
Yeah,
don't
you
know.
ain't a citizen of the PCC, like.
I don't think I'm a citizen of anywhere, since the country I'm from tried to kill us all and drove us out, and no one has accepted us, really. So I don't think I'm from anywhere right now.
You know, I wonder if we might be able to get you a sin if you wanted one.
Maybe not while the police want.
Oh, yeah.
But funny day, maybe.
Maybe. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, maybe it would be cool to. I mean, my sister's going to college, so it's not a big problem for everybody. But I don't think.
I mean, there's benefits to not having one, just like there's benefits to having one.
Yeah.
Chummer, we accept you.
Ah, chummer, that's a word. That happens.
God damn Cyberpunk having the cooler one.
It's so, brother.
Oh, wait, did I get Chummer and Chumba?
No. You are right. Shadowruns is chum and chummer. Cyberpunk's is chum and chumba.
Which is way fucking cooler.
It's way fucking cooler. It's the only motherfucking thing I'm like, God damn it, give it back.
I'm gonna.
It's Chum and Chumba.
Listen, I'm just gonna say this. I think both are ridiculous, but that's just me. Maybe that's a hot take.
Cyberpunk Red when?
Cyberpunk Red.
Anyway.
But I can't be a mage in that, dang it. Gosh.
That's too strict. All right.
You can be a netrunner. That's kind of similar.
All right, come on. Shut up before I bring actual Atom Smasher into this. Oh,
no!
Wait. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Oh, God damn it. We are playing Shadowrun 5e.
I see.
Day.
So, you know, speaking of politics in the PCC area, I do have some notes on that meeting coming up. If y'all are in a place to get the briefing.
What meeting? What is this?
The meeting between the Falcons and the meeting between my extended family and the Locusons.
I'll probably stay here with Midori.
I mean,
maybe or something.
I mean, it's I mean, look. Okay, I know you don't like to get caught up in the underworld politics, but
I mean, I don't fault you guys for doing it. It's part of your life. It's your family. I get it. I don't want.
There would be new yen in it for you.
It would be what?
There'd be new yen in it for you.
For doing what?
For helping out, standing guard. Okay, you know what? I'll just.
Oh, standing guard. I can stand guard.
Yeah, yeah. Like guard, there's. Okay, so.
Oh, sorry, wrong pipe.
Oh my god.
You okay?
Are you okay?
Oh my god.
Are you all right?
No, I'm good.
Dying in the background.
Just watched him breathe in a breakfast burrito. That's crazy.
You know what? I'll wait till after breakfast. Finish your food and then we'll have this talk, yeah?
Okay. After everyone's finished eating, I will start to clear the table and make it less that we're having breakfast and now we're just chit-chatting.
Shelly will help with the dishes.
Very kind of you, thank you. She leaves him to do all the dishes.
Midori helps you, Shelly.
It's the price of free food. It's fine.
Fair and valid. I think in the background, Mojave will be like, he's pulled up a map on one of the screens that's around and will just sort of be staring at the map of Las Vegas and the surrounding area.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, y'all not gonna die mid-sentence now?
Yeah, I think we're all good now.
You good, Shelly? You got some water?
Yep, no, I'm good.
All right.
You sure?
I mean, as the medic, I don't want you choking.
Yeah, that was just me choking OOCW on my actual dinner. So
Don't do that.
Okay.
All right. So this meeting coming up, right? I know that it's been a lot of just talking. It's felt like a waste of time. I get it. But I gotta tell you, I'm finally at a point I can come clean. A lot of the shape of things lately, it is my doing. I've been in talks with both the Falcons and the Locusons behind the scenes for a while now. Trying to stack the deck to get both of them on our side. You get me?
Yes.
And, I mean, fact of the matter is, there's a few of us caught between families here, and it's a lot better if we don't have to choose and they're both backing us up against Richter. So, this beyond that, right?
Mhm.
I don't want to bore you too much with the politics, but this is more than just petty gang drag. Taking out Manananggal was the first step. That's only half the battle. This is the second half. I know that big picture politics, it's above our pay grade, but that biodome, what happened back then, that was an international incident, and the geopolitical fallout could easily ripple out and affect LA, the PCC, and beyond if we don't get this all smoothed over. Las Vegas is a trade city on the border between nations. Wars have started for less, and as technology ain't the only Morkansa who'd love to get a piece of this pie and gain a foothold. So this meeting between Doms, right? Yes, it's politics. Yes, I'll admit I got personal stake in making sure my family's interests are protected, but at the same time, even if you don't like the Lokisons or the Falcones, this could spiral out to get big, get messy, and it won't just be gangsters who get hurt. So with all that on the table, right? I'm obviously going to be in that meeting as my capacity as a made man. The rest of you, barring Shelley, of course, will likely go on the books as associates hired by my extended family to handle security. That's the job, officially. Which is to say again?
DJs and dancers too.
That ain't the kind of shindig we're having today. But Jay,
yeah,
I got your resume. I know. You saying something, Shelley? No?
That's
Okay.
not the kind of job that I think this meeting's about.
Nah, this is a boring political conference. No singing, no dancing, no probably hardly any drinks. But where was I? Right, you're gonna be independent Shadowrunners, only considered loyal to your paycheck, compensated accordingly. Numbers floated. I think my brother said the pay'd be around 1,000 new yen per, not total. Right. So Scales, do you think you could do me a favor and work your magic, pull up the floor plan of a place called Bodice Ripper?
Yes, of course. And I will do so. I will pull up the floor plans for this place.
So you pull up the floor plans for Bodice Ripper.
What a name.
It is a club. It is a local sort of just holds a couple. It's on paper. It's just an entertainment club.
Mm-hmm.
But it has parties basically every night, mostly raves, a lot of EDM music. One of their biggest draws are foam parties, where the dance floor is flooded with basically foam. And, people dance and inhibitions go crazy. It has had a couple, not recent, but just so over the years, people get too drunk. There's never been anything violent, just there was one time there was a, altercation in the parking lot that had a lot of people involved, called a lot of Paradise PD down. But other than that, normal bar drama, whatevs. But the Bodice Ripper is known important to you specifically, because you do know the borderlines between what is generally considered Falcone territory and what is Verentes territory.
Yeah, I think as the floor plan is pulled up, Mojave, this is the site that we're going to have to secure. Officially, places neutral ground. I'll tell ya, Verentes turf, which ain't great, but the shape of the game right now means that's the way it's got to be.
Okay. As I'm looking at these floor plans, I'm assuming is this a multi-floored place?
Yes. The building itself, you will notice that you can only get the floor plan of 2 floors, but any picture of the building shows it is much taller than that.
Okay.
Verentes, those the guys that are bad at battle bots and cheat, right?
Yep.
Yes, that's them.
You sure fucking are, buddy.
I am going to see if I can work some magic to get more information on those floors that aren't covered by the official floor plan.
Give think it's fair to say, as Scales is like looking it up, Mojave would know a thing or two about it, right?
Yes.
The fact that like, you know, there's the place where the parties happen, but then up top you got your
Yes, there
soundproof
is a-
conference rooms.
Yes, there is a large section up top that has been used for many meetings. There's a couple buildings that are used for them. They're sort of traded out, but this is this one. You know that 2 of those floors, Mojave, are nothing. There's nothing on them. They're made for soundproofing, and there's areas where you could stick some security, but most of it's just concrete pillars, basically. Like a fucking parking garage.
So
And then you get to the top
between-
floor, and it's a bunch of offices.
Okay, so I mean, if you want me to roll for it, of course I will. But between what Mojave knows of the building, could I essentially tack on the more correct floor plan for this building? You know, like put my own layer over it to show these other floors that it would exist in this building.
Mojave could walk you through, at least from his memory.
Yeah, together we'll cobble together a MS Paint
Yeah, I
floor
mean,
plan.
she will also say perhaps when is the meeting again? Is that tonight? When is the
Couple of
meeting?
days.
Couple of days. Okay, so perhaps we can have anxiety, maybe Shellhound and Cloudy go there and scope it out and
I'd
give
say-
me more detail.
Put a pin in that. Oz is, you know, probably going to talk to you about the specifics of that later. I just figured I'd give you the brief first so that we can start
Okay.
to think about prep.
Okay, I understand. Okay, so then once I have talked with Oz, perhaps he will have more information, and then this map we have here, we can fill in more detail of it. That way, in setting up security, we know where to place people.
Yep. And that's why I figured, you know, glance at the floor plan now. We can get the gist of the things that we're going to have to find out later. Because, I mean, the Scales, you're supposed to go with 404 to do what you do best, yeah?
Yes. Mhm.
Yeah, cool. Because that is exactly where I'd hope you'd end up. You know better. You know
Mhm.
there's nobody on the Matrix I trust more.
Hmm.
And I'm gonna say, as far as I don't expect anything too wild to happen security-wise. You never know. Walls have ears and things get leaked. But like even Evangeline and her people, with the political situation as it is right now, she ain't likely to try and pull anything. I'm not saying that it's flat out she won't, because you never know. Stay paranoid by all means. But my gut says with the PCC sniffing around as close as they are and things as tense as they are, there's too much to lose and too little to gain.
Hmm.
Now ain't the time she go for it. So I think as far as our agendas go, the job we're getting paid for, but our agendas,
Mhm.
the focus should be more on seeing what intel we can gather.
Mhm.
Get some sneaky snake espionage in there.
Absolutely,
Walls
absolutely.
have
My-
ears.
They do, in fact, have ears. I am wondering. After I deal with ghost children, I'm so sorry. Hold on.
Daddy.
The problem with these buildings, you know. Ghosts everywhere.
Okay, I have returned. Okay, so once I get more detailed plans, I will be able to set up extra ears, as it were. What I want to know is this. Is this a situation in which the public will not be allowed to enter the building at all? Or are we having this meeting simultaneous to a party night?
The public's part of the security.
I understand. Okay.
And I was going to say the incomplete floor plans. That brings me to Jason.
Jason.
Jay?
That head wound I gave him really kicked in.
Yeah, Jay. If you're cool with it, if you're chill, I think it'd be a good idea to have you in the tech room with Scales during the meeting. Because, you know, our sneaky snake, she's the tops when it comes to hacking, but she can only hack cameras that exist. Meanwhile, if there's places where them cameras ain't that we maybe want to get ears on, your fly spies,
Yeah, fly spies, roto drones,
Yeah.
my mech.
I don't think the mech is gonna be the move here, but
The public will be there, Jason. We can't just have the mech roll out.
Okay, it's still got the hidden
It's-
weapons, right? But
we don't-
hear me out. Hear me out.
Okay,
It's
I'm
got
listening.
chameleon skin.
Uh-huh.
We can make it look like a sculpture and just leave it somewhere where it doesn't move, and it will look like, a fancy, expensive sculpture of whatever they make sculptures out of, stone.
Okay, and then if something were to pop off, we do have that added security. I don't think that's a bad idea, Jay.
Leave it somewhere, leave it. Even if it stays in the car, like, it's good to have it on hand, but the priority
You're
is gonna
holding
be
the punch
intel.
bowls.
maybe. I mean, hey, if he's there in a party capacity, maybe. But point is, intel. I think between you and Scales here, we'll have all of our technological meat space angles covered. Yeah.
So the only reason why I ask if the public would be involved is because they will add extra noise to the Matrix. So that is a thing to have to filter through.
Yep.
So,
But that is
I will have
part of the security.
Yeah, I will have 404 there with me, so she will be able to help me filter through things, but just keep that in mind.
Mhm. I got complete faith in you, and that's why I'm telling you all this with plenty of time in advance, because it is very important to me that this goes off without a hitch.
Okay.
And if we need some extra noise, maybe I can arrange that too.
You know
right,
what?
exactly.
Yeah. And I mentioned the other day, Cloudy. I know I don't gotta tell you to help me out on Magic Watch, but there is gonna be a point during the meeting where I'm sure part of it's just gonna be family business, but there's gonna be a part where doors open for expert opinions, I guess. I don't know. Point is, doors gonna open up, and when that happens, I'd like if you could be in the room with me. Like, officially, you're there to weigh in on the As Technology playbook, offer some academic perspective on the magic we saw when everything went down during the Biodome, the shtick. But I'll tell you, you're a cool head with a keen eye, you're a steady negotiator, and you got thunder hands, and I just feel better when they're at my back.
I got you, Mom.
Yeah. I figured I didn't have to say it, but I'm saying it anyway. Thanks. And Shellhound, you're obviously gonna do whatever your bosses tell you what to do. I can't make any suggestions there one way or the other, but I did check in with Oz about the kind of security that we're gonna be dealing with, and I mean, we're a part of it, but in the conference room, you are not gonna be able to bring the stick.
No.
Just confirm that.
Or any of the knives or anything else.
Yeah. But I at least, confirmed you don't gotta wonder. And now, Liam, I know you're not a fan of my family's kind of business. And I know the last time you tangled with the Varen tests, it went bad. So I'm not gonna ask you to take any risks here, But if you feel okay about lending a hand, you are a wizard on the rooftops, and your talent would be appreciated just with the straight up guard work. If not, it's more than all right, but
Yeah. I've done bodyguard stuff for you before. If you want me to follow you around to be scary, I can do that. If you want me on the roof watching stuff, I can do that.
I tell you, I would love to see the look on Evangeline's face if we was to walk into that room, you at my back. Like, I'll admit, there was some time last night I was sitting awake thinking about it. But that ain't the message we want to send just yet. The rooftops is where you'd be more useful.
Sure.
Does Evangeline know you're alive?
Me or him?
Liam. I only ask because perhaps that is something to our advantage. She set her house on fire, I assume, with you in it.
I'm gonna say probably not, and she's probably stopped thinking about it.
That's fair.
I think if she saw him again, it'd be a personal grudge, but I think she just,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she thinks that much about us little people.
That is a fair assumption. Okay.
But
Also, as a group, new fucking rule: if you leave the house, keep your comlink on, please.
I can't make any promises.
No, please, because these people have a habit of kidnapping, right? And I would like to be able to always have at least one mark on you, just in case something bad happens and
I
we
mean,
need to find you.
I'll be honest with you, kidnapping 101, if I was going to black bag anybody, I'd take their phone and chuck it in the fucking trash right away.
Oh,
Or
you
break
kidding me?
it.
No. What you do is you stick it on a public bus so it keeps moving.
Maybe I can make some really small, like kind of like i5 spies, but instead of having wings, we can just like inject them like microchips.
No.
That's a bit much, I
That
think.
way,
am
there's
not
like a
doing
little
that.
drone inside of everyone.
I'll tell you.
That's a bit much. That's a
I'll tell you.
tracker, you know.
Scale straight up, that is not something I can do because some of the meetings I run around and do gotta be, you gotta. Walls have ears. Precautions gotta be taken. If I'm meeting with Don Lokison, I don't want to have it leak. But
Yeah.
I can tell you, you don't gotta worry too much because Cloudy here can find me in a snap of fingers.
I get told to turn it off sometimes. I can't not turn it off.
Yeah.
My stuff's
happens.
almost always on unless I'm trying to come back later and sneak in. So
Right.
no problem from me. I got you.
Okay, thank you.
I can do that.
Obviously, in the meetings in which your bosses tell you to shut the shit off, there's nothing I can do about that. But I mean, when you go out and you are away from the group, keep your comm on, unless it's a situation where your boss is like, shut your shit off. Just so that at least I have a last location. I need something to work with if something terrible happens.
Oh yeah, I got you. I can stay inside my mech.
True.
That's right. Okay.
I mean,
Perfect.
again,
I never
even if
have
I
to
don't,
leave.
Cloudy can
True.
find me.
True.
I it's kind of my job to sit around here, so I can't imagine I'd be leaving that often.
True. But yeah, I
have feelings about that, but I'm going to ignore it. And
I'm not gonna make any promises, but I am gonna say, like, so long as you got Cloudy, you'll be able to find me no matter where I go. He knows my astral signature.
All right. I hate it, but all right. So for the next 48 hours, 24 hours now, I'm going to be a little bit not on edge. I feel like that is incorrect to say, but my moods will be a little bit here and there. So for all of you to know, and she pulls out the vial that Rue gave her and says, if I start to get a little bit out of control, please give me this. It will help me rein in the weird shit.
I mean, if you want, I'm Team Dot. I can hang on to it for you.
Is it like the woman thing or like something else?
Okay, don't
worry
the
about
woman
it,
thing.
Shelly.
Are those drugs?
I will say it looks
like bad drugs.
It does look like a wine-colored root.
I was trying to be polite. I didn't want to just straight up say it.
Stella's comment, she like blinks out of sync.
And Shelly's, it's a that's not a polite question to ask. Just
Fair.
in general.
No,
you keep that
is
kind of
not.
thing, your inside thoughts.
It is not a woman thing, Shellhound.
See,
It is.
yeah.
I gave a part of my soul away and have reinstalled that part of my soul to my body.
That's very different.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yes,
think
so
I missed
not the
dish.
woman thing. It's
I'll
a
be right
soul
back.
thing.
I think I missed the dish.
I think you should go wash that dish. Yes, absolutely. Her tail is doing the thing that like cattails do when they're fucking annoyed. As she says, but yes, it gives the vial to Mojave and says, I think it'll be fine, honestly. I've really processed and dealt with a lot of my shit, so it should be absolutely fine. But just in case, I figure it's good for everybody on the team to know. That way, more eyes on the situation.
And if for whatever reason, I mean, I'm probably hey, I'm not going to be around during the meeting. If that happens within the window of time, I don't think it will, but it might. If that were to happen, I'm going to leave my bag with you anyway. It's going to be in this pocket right here. See, right here. Just like gesturing one of the interior pockets, specifically like a safe one.
Yeah. Okay, so that's on the table. We have a sort of plan for what everyone will be doing during the official meeting. I will say this. As far as Loki-sans go, it seems like it's moving in a way you would think it would with this sort of thing. Everyone is being cautious, but is coming with, open ears.
Good. I am not kidding when I tell you that I have been pulling strings to try and set this up proper since about as long as I've known I had a brother.
Right. So to be honest, the real thing, which I tried to impress upon Fenrir, but the real issue, the thing we cannot account for, is Evangeline.
Yeah. When I tell you, Scales, that at this meeting, we're planning, as far as I understand, there's a bunch of the politics that got to get talked about, right? There's what happened at the biodome and who's at fault, yada, yada, yada. But that's just the words being spoken. There's a lot that's going to happen there that ain't going to be said aloud, And a lot of that is, call it a final exam, as it were. Me showing both Don Loki-san and Don Falcone that I can put my money where my mouth is when it comes to arranging these things, so that they can trust us as a group, and also to let them see they can trust each other to work with, and Evangeline's the odd one out. The real purpose of this meeting, beyond the things on the agenda, is showing them her character.
Okay. Did you get to speak to your brother about her drive-by to his establishment?
Yeah, I brought it up with him. He knew. She's, as far as they can tell, she's just showboating.
Okay.
Stay paranoid by all means, but it ain't out of the question that she just wants to, it's the kind of thing she'd do.
Certainly. I guess I just think it odd, not just because of the hour, but it's like...
What? Somebody in the criminal underworld saying, hey, I know where you live, I know where you sleep?
Yes, but even more than that, it is almost like for her to go by the primarily mage family and shut off all of her technology. It feels more like she knows that Technomancer is watching. Perhaps that's just my paranoia, but it just seems like you would think she would try to cloud her astral signature. That would be more effective.
I think that there is a solid possibility that the reboot in her tech is routine security, especially in front of such a big meeting. I did, I talked to Oz. We've been doing it too. I think, by all means, stay paranoid. Don't get me wrong. I am not telling you to relax by any means. But I think what she's trying to do is trying to live rent-free in people's heads.
Okay. All right. Well, since that is... how you feel about it, then I will remain vigilant, but it does put me a little more at ease, I suppose. I do have a friend looking into some of that stuff to essentially be able to tell me if it is routine or if this is something new. I will hopefully be receiving that news shortly. And then another point of order, Rue. Has she started... putting out information that might refute the fire that happened at Evangeline being the Umbral Elves' fault?
I'll be honest, I had my hands full enough with the lowercase family matters yesterday. I ain't yet checked. I wouldn't be shocked if she's yet to make moves there. What with it being literally, yesterday that we asked her. And
Mhm.
these things take time to write and publish. And with this meeting going on, I wouldn't be shocked if she doesn't want to make waves within the Varen test just yet, because that's her mother-in-law.
That is really, I mean, honestly, it's a piece of paper on a record. She just says the word and I can adjust some things. You know what I'm saying? It just feels like she is putting herself through struggles she does not need to put herself through.
There's politics at play. There's deals been made. Don't worry about Rue.
These politics are the fucking worst.
Hey, this meeting coming up is the first step to seeing some of them solved. Like you said, you don't get the processing power to do with politics. That's literally all I do. I don't do tech. I'm not a wizard like Cloudy. This is what I do.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, everything else is in order as of right now. It is really just a matter of, I suppose, meeting your brother.
Yeah,
if you wanted to talk to us, but
I expect a message from him any minute today. Like, I don't know how full his hands are with stuff, but yeah, no, he's gonna get in touch with us. I'm sure he's gonna give y'all a brief, not too dissimilar. If you want to negotiate the payment, like, that might be the chance.
Oh, I wonder who is paying me, Loki-sans or your brother?
In your case, I ain't too sure, but for the rest of y'all, I'm gonna say it's not even just Falcones, it's the extended family. Likely to be anyway. Because, on the books, the long-established rivalry between the Falcones and the Varentes, it's kind of an insider thing. From the outside, I'd be shocked if Fenrir hasn't said that, we are a united front.
He did mention.
Yeah, like on the books as it is, this is not the meeting of 3 gangs, this is the meeting of 2 gangs.
Okay.
So it's my extended family hiring some contractors to ensure the security of all present. Which also means that, you never know. Evangeline's one of them people who doesn't really think about the hired help. So, as you're working this gig, might be some of them Varen test boys let slip something that maybe they shouldn't, thinking that y'all wouldn't have context or knowledge to recognize a secret, much less care.
Good. I will use this against them. Yeah. Morningstar gets a little glitter in her eye of like, yay, I get to do cool tech stuff. But yeah, if that is all, she just kind of is going to tentatively reach out to see if Candy has gotten any information for her.
She will message you back that she's still working on it.
Okay. Wonderful. I sent her a heart emoji.
She sends less than 3.
Mojave just kind of leans back in his chair and just like thinking aloud. I reckon in another life I could have been a Mr. Johnson.
You could have. You have all the hallmarks for it.
Yeah, apparently.
It is about this point in time that 3 people's phones go off.
Oh.
Who's?
First one is Mojave.
Whoa!
It is a message from your brother.
What do you know?
And it's just, hey, no rush. You and your friends, I need to talk to him.
Speak of the devil, he's ready for us.
Oh.
And next person's phone to go off is Cloudy's.
What?
It's Cloudy's.
Okay.
And you get a quick message from Icarus. You only know it's Icarus because the message itself literally starts with, well, his name spelled in the wrong characters, but, by visual look, you can tell it. And the last, it's basically like last communication type message of, be warned, dark metal on the move.
Oh shit.
Fuck.
And then he sends immediately after a picture. And the picture is a kind of blurry image, honestly, but it is very clearly a dark figure with red LEDs all over it, basically, standing in front of the Diamond Stallion.
Do you share this information?
And the last message is, don't come back too soon.
Screen grab. The entire message. Morningstar gets a new thing with the screen grab of picture and message.
She chokes on her coffee as she opens this fucking thing. One more time for me, Softy. What is the image?
The image is rather blurry, but it is very clearly a tall, dark figure with like red lights on it, standing in front of what looks like the opening to the Diamond Stallion.
Cool. I immediately am going to check the when was this picture taken? Stuff, digitally, like when.
Look at
metadata.
30 seconds
Said
ago.
picture. No. Said picture was taken about 10 seconds ago because the entire thing I sent you was a picture of my phone.
Well, no, I'm saying I'm so sorry. Let me complete my sentence instead of being a fool and acting like people can read my mind. I am looking in Cloudy's phone. You're
trying to find his metadata.
Yes.
Yes.
His metadata,
so
I can find out when it was sent.
Yes. You work pretty fast because the things delete themselves very quickly from Cloudy's phone, but you are managed to catch the metadata real fast. And you'll find that metadata, it was taken maybe, looks like 2 hours ago.
Oh, shit.
Like a little under 2 hours ago.
Is this information shared with the class?
Oh my god. Yes. If you're fucking as I'm like doing all this and sort of helping remove the data from Cloudy's phone, and then eventually, she will say, "I think that is T outside of the Diamond Stallion," and she'll have shown the screen grab on our big screen so that everybody can see it.
See, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like Evangeline's drive-by, the attempt at mental terrorism.
My concern is because last time I received image like this, nearly everyone ended up dead.
And I am sure Don Sleipnir has increased security since then. And one way or the other, if it was, you said it was a couple of hours ago?
2 hours ago.
If anything happened there, it's already happened. So what are we going to do about it? The fact that we're getting this text and it ain't happened?
I'm going to reach out to...
Don't let him... If he's living in your head, make him pay rent.
I am going to reach out to Sleipnir. And I'm going to say, is everything okay?
You're gonna get a message back real fast of just, yes, had to do some street cleaning.
Okay, I will send him a message saying, received information that Tall, Dark, and Evil paid a visit 2 hours ago.
You get the response back. Yeah. Did some street cleaning. Wrong, Tall, Dark, and Evil, but did some street cleaning.
Good. Yeah, she's gonna say good, let me know if you need anything, and then leave it at that. It's really her checking in that nobody died. It's less like, being concerned that that like her main concern is just, is everybody still fucking alive over there?
Yes.
So now that she's had that, she relaxes.
Yeah, far as you can tell, it's clearly Slep being very unconcerned
Okay.
So whatever that was, I'm just gonna say you're probably pretty sure that Mojave's kind of right.
And that's fine. But I did need to like confirm myself. So she relaxes a little bit. She nods and says, "Okay, why are they looking for you, Cloudy?" Cloudy.
I mean, I'd say
Why-
looking for the squad because we're the ones who screwed up the plans of the biodome.
Right, but when they came looking for him to hire him, they only wanted him.
Because he's the one who's an established Shadowrunner with a Shadowrunning name.
I suppose.
He's the one with contacts that can be reached that way.
Hmm.
Like seriously, do any of the rest of us have like a fixer?
I did at one point with you guys, and then we kind of lost that person, so
So, like, if anybody was gonna try and find us, they would do it through Cloudy's connections, or just like freaking do it on the street.
Yeah.
Now, before the last phone goes off, I need to ask a question.
Just
Anxiety.
imagine Jason Stone with Scam Likely calling.
That would be really funny. Anxiety, when was the last time you spoke to Raw?
Kind of the cowboy era. He got to a point where he felt like he was always the one texting and calling and sending images, and they went on one fucking date. So he was like, "Yeah, you know what? Let me not do that for a little bit." And then the bubble went up, and it was like, "Well, I can't fucking call anybody." So prior to that stuff happening,
Understandable. So I just wanted to make sure that since you have been back with the bubble down, you have not messaged Raw.
correct? Because I believe I believe the very last thing we talked about was Raw being like, "Don't fucking message me, I'll message you, shit's crazy." Was another reason he hasn't really been in contact with Raw. So
I just wanted to make sure before I
he's
did
been
this.
behaving. He hasn't sent anything. He hasn't received anything that I'm aware of.
So you are going to get a message,
Yeah, okay.
and it's from Raw,
Okay.
and it's just, "Hey, are you all right?"
The response back is not really. Kind of still stuck in Vegas doing work I don't want to be doing. But I'm stuck in Vegas doing work I don't want to be doing. Don't know when I'll be back, basically.
You get the response, "I understand. Just wanted to make sure. I heard some stuff that you disappeared into thin air. Got word."
That did happen. It's the response back. That did happen.
He rematerialized.
Along with like a selfie of like the astral garb and the new abs.
Oh. Just, oh, shiny. Like, you know, the fucking blushing emoji face.
Huh.
And then just, well, I can't wait so you don't have to do the work you don't want to do and you can come back to LA.
Yeah, well, fucking yeah, same. Yeah, same. Agreed.
And then there is a shot of Raw, and it is just like a selfie, just Raw saying hey, and it's Raw in feminine form, and it's, I mean, if you just looked at it normally, it's just a regular selfie that Raw just seems to be sitting on top of something, and kind of like a down angle, and it takes a moment until you realize that Raw is clearly sitting on a person of some kind, someone who's like folded over, definitely a larger person, and you can see that it's very metallic. So whatever this is very metallic human.
Okay. Am I getting shadow cooked? What's happening?
No, whoever the person is, they are probably dead.
I was gonna say this looks like a cadaver, right?
It's definitely a cadaver. There is
Okay,
very
I was
clearly
like- I was
a
like,
puddle
huh?
of. It's like Raw appears to have tried to crop the photo. Like they were trying to take like one of those cute like up like downward selfies and then kind of realize where they were, and like it's it's cropped a little weird. It's a weird shape. You kind of realize maybe Raw went fuck.
Though I am not seeing this for the audience, I have to ask: are there any similarities between the metal cadaver and tall, dark, and evil?
It is definitely darker metal. If it did have lights, they're off. Obviously, this is a dead creature. But it is black metal that Raw is sitting on.
Perfect. Well, my gut reaction is to do a meme here, but I don't think that meme exists in whatever year this is.
Listen,
So-
it could.
It can.
It can.
All right. Well, okay. Liam's gonna spend the next hour shittily making an edit of that photograph with a capital I imposed over the corpse, and then the Pixar lamp over Ra, and then send that back.
That's crazy.
I can hear that noise in my
I
head.
live and breathe.
That's
Perfect.
fucking
Done.
perfect.
That's perfect. There is absolute. This just an entire gif of laughing backwards. We'll say that sends in a little bit. You guys probably be on the way to something when that is done. You're just on your phone, like doing this shit, pulling out that fucking edit.
Just chilling. He's got
You're
nothing
very
to do until
Honestly, very proud of yourself. You did a really good meme.
yeah,
Hey,
hell
Softy.
yeah.
Yes.
While all this is going on, could I roll to see if I could hack into the CCTV stuff of LA, outside of the Diamond Stallion? I just want to see, like, because the image was just one, and I just want to see, like, did it roll up by itself? Did it roll up with others? I just want to get a little bit of a view of what's going on over there.
Yeah, there's a good bit of noise due to the distance, but I'm not going to say you can't.
Okay,
You can definitely
great,
try to
yeah.
hack from this far away. Hack the planet
Okay,
up in
cool.
here.
Yeah, let's see. I just want to, I trust that they have a handle on things, but I just want to see what kind of shit they were bringing. It's a 4.
And you're trying to CC. Ooh.
I just want to get like very street
Yeah.
level, just
Um,
like, what
I'm
was
gonna
going
give-
on at the time.
Yeah, I'm gonna give real shorthand. You send it through, it bounces immediately, like uncomfortably fast, and it's at that moment you're like, oh shit, the Diamond Stallion is directly next to Hollywood, where
Oh, that's
Horizon's headquarters are. You're fairly certain most of the CCTV footage from Hollywood to downtown all the way into nearly Covina are probably owned corporate and have
Oh, I see.
Horizon's level of security.
Okay, interesting. Okay. I will put a pin in that for later then. Thank you.
But you did get bounced fast, so you're like, that's scary strong. That's scary strong.
Yeah, I think she's also thinking, like, ever since the flood too, they probably had, even more like security activity going on.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah, you're aware that health security facilities were literally raided and multiple people died. So even the
Yeah,
corps are
so-
freaking out.
yeah, so she's not too surprised by the bounce back, given all of that. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
She's going to get up and she's going to change from her pajamas to suitable going outside clothes.
So yeah, those are all the phone calls that everyone gets, or like messages that everyone gets, and you may head out as you wish.
Yeah, there's no rush, but we got the go ahead from Miles.
Yeah, after she's changed and stuff, she's in a dress that's giving very like cyberpunk punk vibes. There's a little bit of like neon striping on it, and it's like a neon green. And then she's like, "Okay, well, if you're all ready to go, let's go talk with us."
Yeah. I just before we head out, one thing we are gonna be meeting him probably in the businessy kind of way. He is in this moment Don Falcone, so just please, behave.
Yeah, I'm an angel. I never
What
do
is-
anything
Oh,
wrong.
Yeah, what is the meeting about?
He's gonna be talking about the expectations regarding this job. So like, there's
Oh.
Nguyen on the line.
Gotcha. Yeah. All right.
Also, opportunity for you to ask him about Nguyen.
I guess I don't necessarily want Nguyen from just anybody for anything, but if it's just guard duty, that's fine.
It's just guard duty, and
Yeah.
I mean, I know, and to be honest, I understand your feelings, but I will tell you, like, under my brother, things ain't nearly as bad around here as they used to be, and there are greater evils.
Sure, exactly. Yeah, 100%. Again, I'm not like, hey, fuck you guys.
Yeah, no,
I'm
and
walking out of here.
I respect your stance. I just, this is a job I hope you don't have to feel too bad about.
It just sounds like it's guard duty, so not really.
Well, honestly, so long as everybody does what they are meant to do in their positions, it literally will be just guard duty. It's
Yeah.
the moment someone steps out of line, then of course things change.
Dude, you
Yeah,
could,
honestly,
like,
if
guard
biggest
from the
thing is-
ceiling.
if someone gets hurt tonight or on this job, they will have done it to themselves.
Yeah, no, biggest thing is I'm just, there's my brother Oz, and then there's Don Falcone. And in this moment, just if we can try for professionalism, at least until we've had our chat, then we can do whatever.
I am professional. I don't know what you're talking about.
I
She
know,
says
I
with a
know.
grin.
I'm just saying it so that it's been said. You know me, I lay it all out I lay it all out on the table so there's no surprises. If we know what the expectations are, nobody can say they didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
True.
She gives a smile like she's teasing before she heads towards the van, the vehicle.
For the record, Mojave has put on his nicer jacket. His hair is pushed back. He's cleaned up again.
What a guy, that guy.
What a guy. Call Finn. Turns into a hat.
Teehee.
All
right. Midori will run up to Morningstar and does a flying jump and into backpack mode.
That's
She
actually
just-
adorable.
Yeah, she like adjusts what would be the straps of this backpack, but it's really her being like, giving him a little affection for coming with her. And yeah, she will head on over. Also, Softy, I would like for Morningstar to have put in an order with Candy for maybe getting Midori some like vintage tech stuff, because she saw that he was like eyeing the vintage tech. So
Dig up an old Game Boy.
yeah, like something really like cool and fun for him. And like that Candy's the only person she knows that has access to stuff like that. So she'll have, floated that information out to Candy of like,
The
hey,
Midori e-girl arc is coming.
yeah.
Oh yeah, Midori
Yeah.
E-Girl arc is coming.
Get our boy some Lost Tech.
I do not know how to explain this emoji. It's not even an emoji. This emoticon, other than
Yes.
it is a face with a flower. Like it's like a face like holding up its arms. There's a little flower. It's made out of multiple characters. I have no idea how to do it. I've just seen it.
Yeah,
And so it's just
I know
like
what
a
you're talking
sparkly face. Yes, I think you know what I mean. That face
Yeah.
is sent to you, and just ecstatic.
about. Brilliant.
Hey.
And that'll be her surprise for Midori.
Is Candy a meme historian as well?
I am.
Yes.
She has to be.
Yes, she is. Yes, she
Wow.
has.
Yeah.
Liam
them-
will have
she-
something in common with this individual then.
Yep.
She has them filed away. Like they are ordered like it's on an Excel spreadsheet with like hyperlinks and shit.
Amazing. I'm sure we've had hangouts where she showed me her collection.
It is archived perfectly.
Yeah.
It's
And then I
crazy.
suppose we head out.
So everyone piles into the car. Jason, you drive everybody out to the Golden Wing, which is where Oz wanted to meet you. You are immediately sighted upon your entrance into the parking lot, and two gentlemen in suits wave your car over and basically point you to the employee parking area. Yeah, they pick out that roadmaster and go in.
One of these days, if Midori comes with us, I'll have Midori drive.
Midori is
with
there.
us.
Do you
he's
want
my
Midori to
backpack right now.
drive?
Sure.
You start teaching
What?
Midori how to drive. I love it.
I get to drive.
Professionalism, just you
Sure.
know.
I'm like here if you need me to take over.
I trust Midori will be able to do this.
I mean, he
Go
can
on.
pilot the battle bot. I don't see why he couldn't, but I just, I will admit I'm a little on edge. This meeting's very important.
The word he's going to pop his chassis open, scream body positivity while doing donuts.
Midori could drive us on like the highway or whatever, getting close, and I'll take over when we get close to the important place.
That's very nice of you, Jay.
Thank you, Jason.
Short kings stay together.
Oh yeah.
Jason, you allow Midori to drive. He's very excited. He drives on the highway. He's okay. He speeds a little bit, but you can come in real fast and basically pull a giving your younger brother the controller that's not connected.
Yeah, the last thing we need is to get pulled over now.
That's fucking
Speeding.
disrespectful. That's fucking disrespectful.
Midori is a highly intelligent being. Let us not forget.
Oh no,
He is, in fact,
he's
a
aware,
computer.
but he understands. Like, there's a couple times where he's like, "I'm not."
I'm not used to these cameras.
He will, in fact, get used to them, though.
It's cool though,
Yes.
right?
This is the greatest day of my life so far.
So much.
Did our baking mean nothing to you?
Oh, body positivity?
No, I imagine that had been the greatest day of his life up until this point, and then each new one's better than the
Oh.
last. Yeah.
You know what? That's a good way to look at it. I approve. That's true.
Hey Midori, if you ever need any upgrades, you let me know. I'll
Absolutely.
help.
And listen, I love every day I get to spend with my parents. All of them.
Yeah.
There's just kind of that pause at all of them looking around, like, how many of us in here count? What relationship do I have to this melon?
I don't know.
One of his fathers, obviously.
Mojave doesn't say that, but there is that pause and just like the glancing.
Yeah.
Oh no, bro.
All right, don't get weird, guys. Anyway.
Oh no, bro.
Did I say something wrong?
No, you said nothing wrong. They're just weird.
I mean,
I'm
as
not
long as
weird.
things
I just
are weird,
like food.
I am gonna say, like, I'm gonna thank y'all again for helping me out with this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Of
Just
course.
putting that out there. I don't take it for granted, not for a moment.
All right.
Plus, it's going to be fine. We're just having a conversation.
Yeah. And that's all the meeting's gonna be too.
You all will make it to the Golden Wing. Midori, at a certain point, seems to sit there, and Morningstar, you can see this on the Matrix. He's pulling up a thesaurus, and he is
Yes.
looking for all the synonyms to the word parent. He's slightly worried that he misunderstood the context of that word.
He did not. They are literally just weird. So
I'm like a cool big brother or uncle. I'm not your fucking dad.
Yeah, that energy. Yep.
We're
Morningstar literally is rolling her eyes, like oh my god, shut up.
We're all Midori's family.
Exactly. That was the point, you fucking weirdos. Anyway.
Hey, hey.
I'm just saying, when your son.
What are you saying? You cut out. You
You
muted
cut out.
yourself.
I'm just saying, when your son walks up to your work friend and is like, "You are also my father now," it's
but
it's a little weird.
It's
a little
different.
weird.
It's
It's weird.
different. It's
Not
not weird.
Super
It's not
not.
weird. You were half naked baking brownies with him. That's weird.
That is
Okay.
a fair point. You don't normally
No.
do that
I
with your
mean-
work friends.
That was awesome. No, he's not my
Was
work
that-
friend.
Was
You
that
don't
the
normally do
safety
that
of
with
his
your
own
work friends'
home?
kids, neither.
He is
What did you
perhaps
say?
my little brother, but not his father.
I was saying,
Oh.
if he's half naked in the safety of his own home, that's pretty normal. I do that.
Look,
I don't think that. You know what? This is not the conversation we need to be having when we're supposed to be professionals in there. So.
I mean,
We're not in- we're
in-
not there
we're not.
yet.
We're not there yet.
Ugh. Anyway, Midori
this is
feels
the
bad because
conversation
he
in the
was
car.
trying to call you
Look.
family, and you want to make it fucking weird, okay?
Look, I mean,
it's not Midori's fault that anxiety wants to be Midori's big bro.
I'm gonna say it, like it.
I call Rohan here, my little brother too.
Thanks,
it's,
big
it's
bro.
not Midori's
No
got
problem,
nothing
little bro.
to feel bad about. It's not his fault that for some it's parent is a bit of a loaded word.
She's playing with the safety of her gun. She's like, I don't fucking know what this conversation has turned into. But it is.
I-
what it
If
is.
you're his brother, wouldn't that make you like uncle?
No, it's not gonna turn into, alright?
I don't like the way you said that. Anyway, she's gonna climb out of the fucking car.
Police! You all arrive at the Golden Wing as the DM's soul leaves his body and ascends to the astral plane.
You invited us here.
I did. I spoke as Midori. I caused this. I made this creature. I chose this.
Yes. When we go in, so how is security looking? Safi?
Well,
I wanna see
You
what's
are,
going on.
yes, you are waved in, and two more men basically stand awaiting you at the doorway. They are not allowing you all in without constant guard, basically.
As
You
we
watch
approach the
as-
building, it's
oh,
just a very distinct shift from like the Mojave walk to the Ollie walk. Like whole demeanor changes.
Could I have one of those like what do you call those? Not forklift, but
A
where you can,
dolly?
yeah, a dolly that just has like that has my mech but looking like a statue on
I'd
it.
say that if he tries to bring that, Mojave would feel like, leave that in the. We're just talking to my brother.
Oh, well, we're not at the like
No,
important
no, no,
place
no, no.
yet.
This
No,
is
no,
this
no.
is where we're talking about that day with the guy hiring us as a work.
He will leave it in the car.
Yeah, although I will say that I respect you trying to Nicolas Cage and National Treasure a mech into a mob meeting.
It is pretty great, actually, honestly.
Like Rohan and his like little delivery guy cap with like a clipboard. He's like, "Who's gonna sign for this?"
I mean, hey, if
Absolutely
you want to do it,
respect
that is
it.
how you do it.
Yeah, absolutely respect it. But yes. Okay, so they've got some physical guards here, but what's security looking like, as
They're-
a technomancer?
Well, on the outside, there are absolutely cameras. You are at an employee entrance, which is a back entrance. There's a camera straight up following you as you guys walk. And you're aware that the floor you're about to enter into is a casino. And there are an inordinate amount of cameras at a casino as they need to stop cheaters. So you know that from the moment you walk in, you are under constant surveillance.
Okay, excellent. Wonderful. Okay. Proceed.
Yes. You all are let in. Obviously, as I stated, you walk in right onto the casino floor. You have been to the Golden Wing before. It is, a true
my
like
first time.
casino. All the sound. Oh, right. Morningstar was not here. This is your first time. So, The Golden Wing is decorated a bit gaudily in places, but
Hmm.
it's a major casino floor. It's got a almost dizzying pattern on the ground. There's noises going off everywhere. You can hear table games, people shouting in joy, people shouting in frustration. Every now and again, a jackpot going off and a massive alarm swinging. People
As
rushing around with keys.
Mhm.
walk through, there is the moment of just like gesturing so that Scales can lean close enough for him to mutter, "Don't let me forget, we ain't leaving here till you've had some golden apple pie."
Oh yes, I will get.
Oh, we're
that.
getting pie again? Perfect.
Just sort of grins.
Shellhound has had pie before me. I can't believe this.
I had 2 pies.
I will be speaking to your brother about this.
Hey, we swung by when you was still in techno school, but I ain't about to let this stand. It's gonna be remedied. We ain't leaving here till you've had some pie.
Okay. Then I will not be angry.
Pats her on the shoulder, back to professional face.
You all are led, VIP style, around very quickly past the cashier's cage, to a hallway that has, 4 separate elevators. 2 on one side, 2 on the other. And one of the elevators opens. Like, the minute you walk around the corner, and you hear one of these security guards' radio go off. Like, kind of jerks and, has a weird crackle to it. He looks down, looks up, and you just kind of hear this man very gently, "Oh, fuck. Radio's fucked." Because who comes walking out of this elevator with 4 bodyguards is Oz and a man that you have seen before, but only briefly a few times. He is a rather larger gentleman with red hair, freckles, and the kind of red you would want to say it came out of a box. It's closer to auburn than any kind of actual redhead. Like, it's red. And, he's wearing, he's not wearing a suit, but he's wearing decent clothing, maybe a bit underdressed for meeting someone like Oz. No tie on, kind of shirt popped open. You have met him as well.
Yeah,
This
we're greeting
is
him with a
Gus.
nod. Yep.
This is Rue's brother. You met him on the warfield, but that was it. Anxiety, you have never met Gus. You left, I believe, you might have met him for 5 seconds because you actually had to leave, sent off by 404 by the time he showed up. So this is Gus, and you kind of catch the tail end of Oz and Gus's conversation. And it's just sort of Oz going, "Yeah, no, well, we can definitely work out something." And as Oz looks up, looks at the security guard. "Do I not get fucking messages?" "Sorry, sir, the radio died apparently." "Okay,
Oh,
If it makes it any better, we just rolled in. Good to see you.
that's fine."
Morningstar looks at the security guard with the fucked up radio and says, "Do you want help with that?"
No, no, thank you, ma'am. I'm gonna go get it checked out at security. Sorry.
No. One of
Hi,
the
Ollie.
services I offer is stress testing security systems, both people and physical.
Mm.
Maybe some other time I'd hire you for that. Hi, Ollie. I'm gonna talk to you and your friends. Ollie, I think you remember Gus.
Of course. Good to see you again, Gus. Handshake.
Hi, Ollie. Nice to see you too. So
Hi,
you're
Gus.
looking good. Hey. Oh. He paused a minute. Hey. I'm just finishing up a meeting, getting Golden Wing under my getting a contract, as it were. One of the few buffets not using my services, so
Buffets,
Wow.
you make food.
Well, no, my company cleans up after. There's a lot of food that gets wasted at buffets, you see, and I run a pig farm. Pigs will eat anything. And then
That they would.
you get to sell bacon and butcher stuff back into the hotels.
No, that's very economical.
Yeah,
What's his
it's-
name?
Gus.
Gus.
Gus. Okay.
His name is
This
Gus.
sounds really familiar.
It's just a little bit, you know. Yeah, a little bit actually.
He sounds like a vampire we know. She smiles at Gus, and says, "Oh well, I'm glad your services will be of use."
Sure, it'll be an excellent working relationship all around.
Absolutely. Now I'm Mr. Falcone. I'll just see myself out, and again, thank you for working with me on this. Given the extenuating circumstances. Anytime, Gus. Now, you probably got some meetings. I gotta get back and going. Got a car picking me up right about now. Oh, and Ollie, you want me to say anything to my sister? I'm about to go see her.
Not officially, but if you find a way to slip a word. He says with a grin of like, yeah, but I'm not gonna ask for it because politics.
Oh, of course not. No, of course. I think I know the words.
Thanks, Gus.
Of course. You all have a good night now.
Bye.
As he walks his way out, and Gus walks with. Gus is very clearly like he appears to be a heavy-set man. Just carries it more like. You can tell that yes, Gus is fat, but there is a shit ton of muscle under it. Like, that is a man that does not move. If you ran into him, you probably would stop dead. And he walks like it. He walks like he takes massive steps type thing. And he is confident. He kind of almost seems to dwarf the two bodyguards that are walking with him. They look like, to one of my favorite jokes online, they are mini bosses. They're mini bosses before you fight him.
Amazing.
Okay, so, and this is, Oz looks at you all. Well, I was kind of expecting to say hello back up at the office, but we're down here now. How about we go up to my office now? Get in the elevator and such, you know?
Okay.
Of course.
And Oz...
elevator, hold me.
And Oz, you see Oz walk back, and he pulls out of his pocket a pass, like, you know, a key card pass. And he walks it to the back wall, which seems more just like a back wall. Like, it doesn't have anything on it. And then he puts the keypad up to a specific zone. You hear a ding, and the whole wall shifts, and you realize this is a hidden service elevator, like a big one, like for, you know, trash and carts and such. And it's even got that thing where the other side is also doors. And he leads you in, and he looks over at you all. I figure this will fit everyone. I got Gus's thing in it. God damn it. I need to stop giving southern accents to people.
Yeah, Morningstar will.
I figure this will fit everyone.
Yeah.
Yes.
Looks like it.
Will slither in and kind of compress herself to the side so everybody else can fit. And...
Oh, yeah. You all go in first, and then the now 4 bodyguards pile in to create a barrier around Oz, away from you all. Like, they're not violent or anything, they're not looking at you meanly, but they're just like, clearly this is like, you know, surround the band you're supposed to protect. It doesn't matter. Protocol. Oz hits the button, and you feel the elevator rise up, and you're in the elevator for a little bit, as it is taking you pretty high up into the Golden Wing. And eventually...
I have to ask, just... The last time Mojave was in an elevator like this was his first time in the Golden Wing, when it was, you know, him surrounded by the guards for very different reasons. Are any of these the same guys?
Fucking let me roll a die about it. 2 of them.
Yeah, he doesn't say anything, but there is just that moment of eye contact with that glitter of mischief in his eye, because hasn't been very long, but the circumstances sure are different.
Oh, absolutely. So, you all rise to the top floor, And you enter into a long hallway, very plush, very almost regally decorated. It has this very long red runner that goes down. There's a few doors that are up here, with one of them having a golden plaque on the side. And it is clearly labeled, CEO's office. And, Oz walks forward, opens the door, and he looks over and dismisses 2 of the bodyguards, and then looks at the other 2, and they plant themselves on either side of the door. He walks in going, "Hey, come on in."
And so we enter.
Mm-hmm.
Any of you need a drink or anything?
I'm okay.
I believe he would order like slices of pie.
Yes.
That'll come later. For now, I
Is
would
it
then
like
no.
to
job we can drink one? He goes, yeah, I'll take a drink. If this is a drinking job.
Well, I always offer drinks no matter what, since we're gonna just be talking about stuff. But there's a mini bar over there. I heard you know how to make drinks.
Yeah, what do you want?
Well, right now I can't drink.
Why don't you surprise us?
I'll take a lemon water.
Except him, he knows what he wants.
Yes, sorry.
Do you want that with flat water or not flat water?
Ooh, bubble water. Let's get fancy.
Sounds good.
Live a little.
What's up in here?
There's just that moment of eye contact now with Oz as he's just like, yep, these are my friends.
Yeah, Oz looks at you, eats. You can tell, Mojave, that Oz is eyeing every single one of them. He's
Mornings.
like testing the waters with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Morningstar, because technically Oz was the one who told on her. She briefest glance at him, and then she starts looking around the room. This is her first time here, so she's not seen this place before. And she's looking around, and in the same way that she assessed this security tech-wise in the lower floor, she is testing his security here. She's looking for what he has in this room.
The first thing you're going to notice about this room, the only piece of tech in this room is his computer. And even that, you can tell, is on its own loop. It's a locked system. Other than that, there is no other tech in this room.
Interesting. Does
Yeah,
his
it is
computer have a
stifling.
camera?
No.
Okay. Now my next question, he has a computer in here, but it is on the host of this building, correct?
It is on a host, but you can tell that it is it's locked. Like, it is one of
Yeah.
those systems where you would need to hack a host, find an entry point, and then hack again to get into this object, and it is entirely contained in and of itself.
She's technically hacked his ship before, so I think she's familiar with that pattern of having to do all that work to get into this particular host. But she's just checking, not because she intends on breaking in again, but just that are there any holes, were the ones that were there patched up, that sort of thing. But physically it's masked by her just looking around the room and seeing
You will
his decor.
you will also be the first to notice that Oz is leaning against his desk, right? He's in front of it. You see his arm lean back, and it reaches towards the computer, shuts off. He just turned his computer off, and he's looking at you.
She turns and smiles at him.
I'll say this crew, I'll be the first to admit we got our eccentricities, but these folks with me are some of the best.
I will come back with a tray of drinks. I will give Anxiety his mineral water and lemon. I will hand out to everyone else a cocktail called a Backroom Mob, except for Oz, who will get a cocktail called The Godfather.
Nice.
Now, I know what's in a Godfather.
Right,
Oz
right.
will politely take the drink, but he will just set it down beside him.
I will taste the drink and then look at Jason and be like, "This is delicious, thank you."
Oh.
Impressive.
Okay, I didn't know until now. Scotch and amaretto. Okay, that.
Oh,
actually
yeah.
looks pretty good.
Oh, they're delicious.
So yes, Morningstar will smile at Oz, and I think only Mojave, because Mojave knows her, will recognize her, seeing that he does not trust her, and that it's not so much that it hurts her, but it does like annoy her. There is like just the briefest glimpse of irritation that only Mojave could read because he knows her so well.
And if he does catch that, there will be the momentary, like, the twitch of eye muscles, the very subtle expression of just like, please try.
She sits with her drink.
So,
Yeah.
business, yeah?
Yes. All you, make sure you sit down. I got plenty of seats in here. This is a, let's go business casual meeting. I'm gonna be a little bit nicer, you know? You're all clearly friends of my brother. But we do have some serious things to talk about.
Gave them the brief, as far as I understood it, before we came. So they should know the bare bones basics of the job.
So y'all know where we're going. You all know how it works. But there's some, extenuating circumstances as it stands. Our extended family, as it were, has hired an extremely high-level security group known as Gemini. Now, normally they only work in pairs, as far as I'm aware, but it looks like they have actually requested some assistance. 2 security members, and then, actually, it looks like they just called in 2 security members.
Okay, question softy.
Yes.
So at that little boat ride that Morningstar went to, did I see Gemini there? I assume I did.
Oh, yeah. You heard her name.
Mm-hmm.
You know exactly who it is.
Okay. Okay. She will look at Mojave, and I'm gonna say specifically, for him, in his understanding of her and her aura.
I'm gonna say you don't gotta say nothing, because there was the eye contact from him, because he's got just enough context to guess.
Yeah, dude. Like, you just see like the spike of like things have definitely escalated. You know, like just that little spike.
Also, so you said our cousins hired him.
Yeah. Originally I was gonna do maybe some private stuff, but, well, okay, basically, Evangeline said that she was gonna have the security on the tech site covered. I told her absolutely fucking not. And so we got a third party instead. I have a contact who could get me in touch with Gemini. It's kind of difficult to get him, but we're in a situation where there's a lot of powerful people in one room.
I mean, word on the grapevine is that Gemini's good, so...
Oh yeah, they're good. They
Ain't a
know...
bad pick.
They're hard to track down. Strangest group, honestly. Always working in pairs.
Huh.
Some people say it's not even the same people. I don't know. There's a lot of weird chatter online. But either way, important piece. Looks at everybody. Fuck. Points at Jason. Jason.
Yeah, Jason, what's up?
Jason, okay. And then looks around, looks at Anxiety. I'm so sorry. I do not remember your name.
That's all right.
Is that fine?
Yeah, that's fine.
Is this us with an A?
Does
Are
it?
we not at... Okay.
No, it's
Security
anxiety.
expert one way or the other.
Sorry, it's
Okay.
anxiety.
That's fine. You know what? I don't even fucking blame you, actually. Legitimately.
I'll
Yeah,
tell
no,
you.
Giving you
good, man.
scenarios.
I think we met like one time briefly. It's
Oh, yeah, absolutely briefly. There's a...
No, wasn't they holding you in the freezer when you came to fetch me? Anxiety.
something.
They what?
Something like that.
Oh, did just
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
when they came to fetch me when y'all were tied up.
Oh,
in battle.
yeah.
Yeah. I tell you, anxiety's good people. I trust them.
Yeah, I trust him too. You know,
Well,
he definitely surprised me some of the first times I fucking saw him, but, you know, I believe you,
Sorry.
Ollie.
I am a celebrated and proud shit talker. It's nothing personal. It's my love language.
Oh, no, hey, honestly, that's kind of a good thing to have, you know? Gotta have someone who's gonna shit talk back.
Impossible to ignore when he wants to be seen, and impossible to spot when he don't.
That is the sign of a good fucking runner. So, basically, the reason I'm even pointing you two out is that I got a note from Gemini. Apparently, they know this fucking group. And they would like you two to be working security on one of their members who's going to be outside the building, as it were.
You know,
You want us to follow some guy around?
Not so
Keep him
much,
safe?
basically. Well, sort of, yeah. I don't know all the details. I was just sort of informed that they would like you as a third party. I got some notes from them somewhere. Where the fuck are they?
Yeah, I'll tell you, Oz. You know how it is working with Mr. Johnson. You don't know too much about too much. But I got reason to suspect that maybe in this crew's time as a crew, we might have done a gig or two in relation to Gemini before.
Oh, I can imagine. I know that I don't got any information on exactly the people that are coming in, but I have gotten a little bit that at least some of Gemini sometimes is from LA, so
Yeah.
one of the few cities that they seem to come out of. Alright, there we go, got it. And he holds these papers forward, like one paper in each hand, towards Jason and towards Anxiety.
Sure. Take it. Give it a look over.
Yeah, I assume Jason also takes the paper. They basically detail payment plans of hiring for security. Both of them state that you will be pulling security for someone named, oh my goodness, Pollux. Poll. Oh shit. UX? Yes, UX. Sorry. It's hard to remember Star's name. But yes, someone named Pollux. Basically alerting you to where you'll be going. And then at the bottom, it basically says, please sign here if you agree.
Jay is going to skim over the contract and just see if it says VTOL anywhere.
There is no VTOL. There is no VTOL, sadly.
Okay.
It basically just requests the use of your drones in and outside as camera points. And it says that the payment for the evening's work is 1,000 new yen.
Okay, I'd like it if
And
there's
that-
an extra
yeah.
zero, but if everyone else is going
Yeah.
along with it, I'll sign too.
It is stated that combat likelihood is about 5%. Is combat likelihood.
Is there hazard pay?
There is hazard pay. If something is damaged, they will replace items.
Okay, so like combat's not expected, so it's 1,000 new yen. But if combat breaks out, we get paid more. You know,
Yes,
hazard
they
pay?
will.
Okay.
It says they'll pay for any damages that occur, including medical.
With probably a caveat, unless you go picking fights that don't need to happen
Yes,
for no...
Right.
unless the signee is found at fault for such actions.
Yes, understood. Okay.
And Anxieties, yours says the same, except it describes that they would like to use your specific skills to track the rooftops to make sure that no other parties are attempting to use them to get an unfair angle on the work itself.
Sure.
It does claim for hazard pay that your likelihood of combat is actually about 10%, and it does alert you that your pay has an actual written in extra 1,000 if federal employees become involved.
So basically, they want me to keep the rooftops clear of everyone but me?
Yes.
Hell yeah. I could play keep away with the fucking rooftops. That's easy.
Yes. And you will be informed of, once signing the object, you will also be informed of any known friendlies in the area that may be taking up, as they put it, advantageous positions.
Yeah, sure. I assume there'll be like subvocals and shit to like ask for permission before I go upside someone's noggin.
Yes, they will explain the communications, all that, and you're just basically making sure that no one can get into certain groups in certain areas.
Yep. Easy peasy.
Yeah. And then Oz leans back, looks at the papers. If you two want to sign them, Oz will actually kind of pass you both a pen. The pens look a little bit weird. You'll notice that they're actually digital pens.
Yeah. The kind of pen that they could map a signature with.
It appears that it is necessary due to the fact you're holding digital paper. But you're right. Technically, if someone hacked it.
There's a technomancer here, so I feel pretty confident I'll sign. I feel pretty confident I'll sign.
Mm-hmm.
Besides, stealing the identity of a man who doesn't belong to a nation and is wanted is kind of an L. So go ahead.
A little bit. So you. Oh my. So you will sign, both of you. Basically a couple seconds after you sign, you watch the entire paper disappear. And you will both receive a communication on your comm links. Thank you for your assistance. More details to follow. The papers are now completely unprogrammed and are blank.
Great.
Okay, well, hey.
Hey, Softy, would it have been
Yes?
okay that I've made a digital copy of their contracts and keep them in a safe space in my techno brain?
You would need to either come into contact with them or have hacked them in that moment. And I will give you something, though.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have worked alongside them so long, you recognize the resonance signature on these as they're being touched by resonance. And you'll notice that it is erased after the thing. The resonance signature is actually being pulled away. It's boar's heads.
Oh. Okay. Then I feel a little less
Yes,
weird
you
about
are very aware of who is running these contracts right now.
Okay.
It is someone you are familiar with. And you can still hack him and try to copy him if you wanted.
No, but just knowing that it Boar's Head is the one who's kind of has the information, I'm like, okay. I feel a little better about it. So then she won't hack them, but she almost did.
Almost did. As you oh my goodness. That the GM has to get his damn ideas in mind for us. Okay, so those are signed. That's all good and dandy.
Yeah, and I know I told you not to wreck your train of thought, but Cloudburst here, he knows a thing or two about magic on a level like proper academic magic. In directions that maybe, we never studied. And has an inkling into the doings of technology in general. So, as a consultant.
Yeah, I've heard, well, A, I did see you on the field, and B, I've actually gotten a couple informations about your background. So, I'm not any issue with calling you in as a consultant, as it were. I know
Alright.
Evangeline's probably gonna call in
Alright.
something, so. And if that's the case, you will be compensated by my family, and basically we're gonna have to give you some information, not when the whole group's in the room, but you will be contacted about info. I'll be sending you a contract to basically sign. Don't talk to anybody. Don't reveal where you're gonna be, when it's gonna happen. All the good stuff for business.
Standard
Obviously.
nonsense.
Yeah.
Oh,
Cloudy here's a professional.
Good. Sometimes it's hard finding real professionals any fucking more.
There is a grin on Mojave's face as he knows exactly where that comment is directed.
The way
Just honestly scanning towards you.
It's the biggest grin.
her body relaxes even further would let Mojave know she's mad now.
It's just like Japanese for
But her body is relaxed on her seat
English.
and she is not blinking, staring at us.
Okay,
Bit of a
and so
sidelong glance, but not the time or the place. But
Oh, yeah.
noted.
okay, and then okay. So basically, last point of interest. Pardon me, as I've been very friendly. And Oz stands up, straightens his back, straightens his tie, pushes his hair back. You two. And he looks at Shellhound and Morningstar. Now, obviously, you're both currently running around with my brother, and that's understandable. And I'm not going to say anything out loud in this room, as there is mixed company, as it states. I'm fairly certain of where you two are going to be lying. Or at least, sadly, where you're going to have to at this point.
Shell will give him a nod of the head, relax on one of the chairs, drinking his drink. You got it, Don. Right on the nose.
Of course. I just imagine Midori's watching Cocomelon in the background.
Yeah, Morningstar doesn't say anything.
Looking at Morningstar. Now, look. Morningstar, if I'm right. I did hear my brother call you Scales, but I assume you prefer a more professional statement right now. I wish that I could be more kind, but at this point you're in a little too deep with another side to this meeting. One that I unfortunately have to be on the opposite side of the table to. I hope you understand that.
This one, you just.
I am an independent contractor.
I completely understand that, honestly. Perfectly understood. Unfortunately, I am not the one who needs to make that decision. At least I cannot make it alone.
An independent contractor currently with a history of contracting with the Lokisms. An associate
Yes.
that is. It is what it is. Hopefully, after this meeting, we can.
Yes.
We can chat properly.
I can. Bluntly, I can bullshit Evangeline on a shit ton of things. The one thing I cannot bullshit that woman on is something she got photographic evidence for.
I'll tell you, brother, don't worry about it too much. I have arranged things with the necessary parties to see that it won't be an issue.
Thank you, Ollie. Now, as it sits, when this all goes down, everyone here has either been given a message from me for independent contracting, a message from those that the family has contracted. Ollie, you're obviously
Yes,
going to
sir.
be behind me.
Of course.
And Marshall's gonna be the other one in the room.
Say I'm proud to be there.
Oh, don't. I'm glad you're proud, but it's gonna be really funny looking at Evangeline's face.
The slow
Apparently
grin that
it's,
spreads across his face as he agrees.
Apparently, she's still not believing it, actually. Turns that I found out some things. She's saying I'm lying.
I am sorry the whole crew won't be there to see the expression.
That is sad. Yes, of course.
I'm glad I get to see it at least.
You do. I have been informed that you will be in the room, which is why, at least baseline, I don't really mind saying too much about it. Not to mention the fact that the Gemini thing's fine because the Loki-Sun faction has been informed of our use of Gemini. Obviously, I can't give too many our side details right now.
I will say at least that everybody in this room right now, I trust with my life and more. Including that one, points to Shellhound. The blatant Loki-Sun made man.
I mean... Okay, Ollie, I love you, but I'm gonna have to make a little bit of a judgment on someone trusting with your life. I'm a little worried. You literally walked in and talked to me about you giving soup to a fucking spirit, okay?
I mean, I did do
Still
that.
working through that.
I did do that. I don't know what to tell you, Oz. I did do that.
Still working through the crabs.
I gave,
Still working through the crabs.
I gave a speech to the crabs. I don't know what you want from me, brother. This is my life now. Shadow running is weird sometimes.
This is why, this is why I don't think I'd ever want to fucking shadow run. No, I'm good with what I decided to do with my fucking life.
So, you cannot say much because of who is in the room. What
Of
can you
course.
say?
Everything that I've said up to this point, and one other thing. To you specifically. Because I want to thank you.
Mhm.
In this business, I'm aware of some of the missteps that have been made so far. And I've been rather lenient. But the real reason I've been lenient is that I think my brother has been safe-ish, at least. Safe enough. And I want to thank you for keeping him safe. As he made his way back to me. To his family. Well, his other
I'll make
family.
no secret of it. Morningstar here is the only reason I'm alive.
I know.
Freedom Paradise.
Midori's still in the background watching Coco Melon.
She just nods.
Is it possible, Oscar, to get my crew a more detailed floor plan of the Rift Bodice? All of them will, to some extent, be on the security team. And they're gonna get the info one way or the other.
I know, of course. I cannot be seen giving such documents as he reaches behind him and pulls around the side an actual straight up like blue blueprint. Now, I am not someone, Evangeline would not be okay with me giving out details to independent contractors that aren't even really being hired by me, especially some things, but
giving them to your brother, huh?
yeah, I can give them to my brother, and he literally just passes them straight to you.
Who passes it promptly along to Scales?
She opens them up and essentially pulls the information into her mind and then recreates it to the map she already had, and then rolls it up and hands it back.
Huh.
I told you, my team's good.
Very good. All right, great. You're probably going to get that map from either who hired you or family, as he points to Shellhound and Morningstar real fast. Okay, so I open myself out right now, standing here as sort of two people at once. Mr. Falcone and as Oz, your friend's brother. Because, you all and I have not really had a chance to speak, to talk, and I would like to get to know my brother's friends. So I offer myself up if any questions you might want to ask me, anything at all. Answering to the best of my abilities, of course.
Anything?
Sure.
What's your favorite flavor of pie?
Chocolate.
Always
I'll
was a black sheep there.
Oh, yeah.
I'll have to try that.
Yeah, we're making Shelly here into a proper Epicurean.
Don't know how to spell that word.
That's okay, you don't got it.
You can be a lot of things you can't spell, trust me. Looks over
One
it.
last business question, just real quick before we move on.
Of course.
Is the team gonna have time to scout out the location, do proper setup before the event? What was the timeline there?
The actual event is about 2 days from now in the almost middle of the damn night, if Angeline has a way. So, anytime before that, as long as those that are known associates of either
Don't
me...
worry, we will act
or-
with due discretion. I will see to it.
As long as there's discretion, carefulness, not too much loudness, I can't stop you from doing anything. So you got like maybe 36 hours before that thing gets kind of locked down.
Understood. Thank you.
Of course.
My only question is, it is business, it is security. You know your cousin's capabilities. Obviously, they have hired us to Gemini, but as far as Verentes goes, how do they usually like to roll in and out of such meetings, tech-wise?
Well, to start, every one of them's gonna be cybered.
Yeah. There's... Hold on. I gotta go through my list because I want to say a lot more than I can. Ollie don't have to follow the rules as much as me. Yeah, I got a little bit of a noose around my neck, to be blunt.
I get that.
Yeah, woo. So, I'm gonna say, obviously, they are our technologically advanced cousins. Although far more, grounded technology, if you know what I mean.
Understood.
Yeah, they, Evangeline has some issues with my, public persona sometimes. Then again, she also has issues just with me and my family for other reasons.
I'd say expect boots on the ground gunners less than the deckers.
Oh, no. They're gonna be... how to explain this one?
I mean, there will be deckers.
Oh, there's going to be a shit ton of deckers. A lot of fucking programs slinging around and running. No, more, I mean, there ain't a lot anyway in Vegas at all. But I wouldn't expect anyone, with more...
The technomancers have all been accounted for.
Yeah, they've all been accounted for. We know where all of them are. And as far as I'm concerned, and Evangeline is concerned, they are not in the city anymore. That took a lot. Please, that took a lot. Do you understand me?
Yes. My next question. I understand that there are cameras and such, obviously a host and whatnot that will be on the building itself. I imagine that in your meeting, though, in the actual room, will there be cameras? Are you allowed to have your comlinks?
No.
Or okay, so if something were to go on in that meeting itself, no one on the outside would know. Am I understanding correctly?
I mean, no, technically. There is a very limited amount of people in that room. And let me tell you, every single one of them, other than one that I know of, is pretty damn good at kicking ass if they got to. No weapons are allowed inside, but obviously plastic shit that you can shove into your fucking robo-thigh exists. And, well, he holds up his hand. Some of us don't really need weapons to do some damage. So it isn't impossible something bad happens, but there are a shit ton of guards and security outside that door. And the last time I ever heard of something untoward happening at one of the meetings in the room, well, a lot more people died. And it was, God, at this point, almost 20 years ago, maybe? Maybe more? Maybe less. Maybe less. History was not my best subject.
We're more likely to find a bomb threat than have somebody pop off in there.
Yes.
Is what he's trying to say.
Yes.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you trust for Evangeline to be on her best behavior?
If I'm honest, 8. Maybe 9, actually. She's...
Nod.
Yeah, she's... Evie is a frustratingly smart woman. Let's put it that way. She knows when to smile and wave. Not to mention the fact that, technically speaking, Evie is going to be standing behind the Verintess lead. Evie is not technically a lead.
She has an awful lot of say on things for someone who is not in the lead.
Yeah, she does. The Verintess family have a bit more of a old school attitude compared to mine. And Evie sticks by that.
Not to mention, if you're not the one in front, you're less likely to be taking the bullets.
Yeah, no, she's, as I said, she's frustratingly smart.
Is Evie cybered in any way?
Far as I'm aware, no. She's never set off any kind of metal detector. I've never had anyone show BioWare on her. She's had work done, but that's more classic silicon and plastic. Both.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, Morningstar is all business, and there's like no give in her expression as she's having this conversation. But she nods and says, "Right, well then. I think that is all that I need to ask."
Lovely. Anyone else got any questions they want to ask me? Even at this point, even non-business ones.
Not really a question, but more of a heads up. You said you expected good behavior. I might have been told they're looking to get a reaction for something. I don't know. That's you big people stuff, but brother of a friend, free of charge.
I will take that lovely tidbit free of charge. Thank you very much. You know what? Pie's on me tonight.
Oh, perfect.
Hey,
That's all I need.
Worth it.
Question.
Oh, yes.
But again, if you would like me to sneak into your building and make your people look like buffoons, let me know.
when we're not in a dire situation, I might be willing to hire you for that.
He is real good at it.
I don't mind having security testing.
You know, I got a question that's I guess it's business, but of a slightly different kind. How close the Pathfinder's been on our tails, huh? PCC agents investigating magical nonsense.
Fuck me running.
Not bad, huh?
They've been, ever since the fucking dome went down, ever since that shit, they have been on everyone's fucking ass. Every business owner, every fucking business. I'm not having them on the dark side. I'm having them on the fucking upside. Alright? I have had to deal with them coming into this goddamn place so fucking often. Trying to talk about, oh, why were your trucks here? Why were you doing this? Why were people in the casino?
Mm-hmm.
They are obsessed. Especially since the fucking Pulsar thing.
Yeah, so I'd say with the PCC looking so close, at least at this meeting, Evie's unlikely to pop off with so much heat on us.
Yeah, she, again, frustratingly smart. She is not gonna piss off the PCC. She ain't playing those games. That's why I know nothing too big is gonna happen here. Maybe she's gonna try to be pissy, but... Yeah, it's actually, I know that's something we did ask Gemini about. And I'm gonna have some boys up there looking more out for PCC than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Then again, Evie's probably gonna have them too.
Is a likelihood of a raid the concern?
It's not too likely, mostly because I think the last time the PCC really raided anybody, it was for, I don't know how I could put it, it's more small scale shit. I don't know if they really want, Vegas is in a complicated position. Yes. Vegas is complicated, let's put it that way.
They won't look into it too close so long as they don't cause too much trouble. The Biodome was trouble, they're looking into it. Best not make any more trouble.
Yeah, look, everyone who runs this city, we pay our taxes. That's all they care about.
Good to know. This whole time, Softy, Morningstar has been essentially putting tags on this essentially the feds. They're like, if there's any articles and stuff about them looking into the Biodome and like where their leanings are as far as, you know, like what the suspect line looks like, things like that. She is just tagging to look over later, and she's like flicking through the cameras of the city, tracking Evangeline and like what her movements are, you know, like is she still just in that hotel or is she moving around, like things like that. Nothing too crazy, just as if she was doom scrolling TikTok, you know what I'm saying? That's what she's doing, but with the CCTV cameras.
Yeah, she's getting tags, trying to get eyes on Evangeline, trying to search for her. I will say that she seems to be keeping a low profile. You cannot find her car on any cameras that you can get access to easily. The last thing on her posts, like when she's posting social media, they're all showing the same background. And you're starting to notice that all the pictures appear to be taken in the evening at about the same light level. And they're coming out about every 3 hours, nearly on the dot.
This is scheduled.
She is like immediately, you know, sus. Super sus. She will outwardly though simply nod as Oz is speaking. And the back and forth is going on. But again, tagging everything to talk about later with the crew. She looks just stone cold. To be honest, she's not moving at all. She could be a statue in this room. in a relaxed pose, but she's not moving. There's no twitches or anything like that.
Additional, do you happen to know if there are any ancient groups working in the city?
The notion, like the word ancient leaves your mouth, and you hear Oz click like his tongue against his teeth, and you watch as his hand, like it's against the desk, but you watch it clench. We ran out most of them. There's some people that hold some leanings and are in positions that it is difficult to deal with. But as it stands, there is no foothold here.
Okay.
People of these leanings, are they amongst your family, or is
No.
it more governmental positions?
Rich dishes. Just a bunch of shitty rich dishes. Not one motherfucker in this goddamn family would be that.
Not even the Verentes.
Sorry. You know what?
Oh,
Thing about the Verentes. They ain't. One of the reasons they ain't too fond of my family is the fact we're elf.
I see.
Say yeah. We're a bit of a black sheep in that respect. The extended family as a whole leans a bit heavy on the humans.
it's definitely a hard crawl upward for my side of the family.
Tools
Our
and
side.
nails.
The reason I ask is because back in LA, there is someone or someone's hunting down in serial killer style going after nocturnal elves, umbral elves. So I'm looking for individuals who may know something about whomst.
Ah. Well, I have no love for these motherfuckers. There's there's a couple of them in the rich ass neighborhood near Evangeline. Shocked she even fucking tolerates them, but I guess a lot of money,
Yeah, but if they're not even part of them, they probably
That's the
wouldn't
thing.
know anything.
Well, that's the thing. On the surface, they ain't, but I have to go to some of these parties, and
Yeah.
when you look like I do, and you're wealthy, people sometimes think that they're very free to talk about things that you are not okay with. Let's put it that
I
way.
see.
They are
You
far more
going-
willing to reveal shit.
You going to that party? What is it? Next week after? Was that the one
yeah.
next Wednesday?
Yeah, that was the one I think next Wednesday. It's the garden party, yeah. I was supposed to be at the Biodome. Before it fucking exploded into a fucking hellhole. There goes all that fucking money and my reputation. But no, yeah, Evangeline took over the fucking running of it. Now it's gonna happen in the fucking upper paradise.
She's running it.
Yes, sadly, she fucking took it right out from under me.
Hmm.
Yeah, it gets traded around the fucking rich people every fucking time. Some people do this one, some people do that. Originally it was going to be mine, then it fell through, and then suddenly the whole fucking little committee they got up there went, nope, we're going to give it over here.
All right. Well,
Oz. You're going to that?
I gotta show my fucking face.
You're going to that.
I can't not go. Look, aside from, my work, I actually am, sadly, part of the fucking rich assholes who run this fucking city.
Forgive me, speaking out of turn, I'm just concerned with the climate being what it is. That if there was a time and a place to try anything, it ain't the meeting, it's the party.
So
You're not incorrect.
help me. I want to make sure I understand this correctly. there are rich people who hold ancient ideology, and they recently framed the Umbral Elves for of what Evangeline did, as far as blowing up her own fucking house. And you have to go to this party.
Yeah,
I am understanding the situation correctly.
It's a high society party. There's people. There's racists in every class.
Yeah, I gotta.
And though I don't know if Evangeline's technically, if she's so much one of them as she's telling them a story, they'll believe.
Yeah, it's God knows they probably don't even fucking like Evangeline, given her, not being a fucking elf. They get pretty fucking rough about it. I should know. There's an unfortunate reason that my family is connected to them. Had to break that shit real fucking fast. That was fun.
All right. Well, I will say this then. As an independent contractor, if you would like for me to look into it and make sure that you at this event will not be put in a compromising position, let me know.
I honestly would be happy to have that conversation. At the time of it right now, I'm going to say no until after the meeting. Let's put it that way, okay? I
can't be seen making deals with the Loki's an associate at this point in time.
Yeah, I understand that you're a free agent, but I gotta play games carefully. Look, I will be a little more loose-lipped than I'm fucking supposed to be. Because I'm being nice. If this leaves this office, every single one of you is dead. Do you understand me?
Yes,
I
sir.
do not run this city. Sadly. We are the second family. We are the lower family, comparatively. There's a reason the Varitas and us do not like each other. In these situations of these cities, it's not just one little group. It's the bigger family sends multiple. It's a whole fucking city. We came in after Varitas were here first. And they worked their fucking ass off, kicking out every other motherfucker in this city. Trust me, any gangs left have no fucking love for them. They're the ones that did all the goddamn work. Evangeline, technically her little fucking son, have the power to tell me not to do anything. If she really wanted, she could push it. I could push back, but it could end poorly. So I gotta be very careful of who I'm talking to. I'm already definitely gonna get some fucking words after you're all gonna be seen coming in here.
If we was seen.
If you were seen, I tried my best. I want to make sure you weren't, but goddamn, that fucking woman seems to find out everything.
That is not
Except the fact that I'm alive.
That's true. She still doesn't believe it. I don't know why she's definitely had fucking
think
photo
you're
evidence.
Body double.
That's what
just
I'm
to
thinking.
fuck with her.
I mean, Ali, you do actually look a little different. Just a little bit.
Yeah, a thing or two has changed.
Eh.
My head to my shoulders, for one. I'm sorry,
That's-
I shouldn't have said that.
Oh, I should not have laughed at that. That's wow. Ooh, son of a bitch! You make it way too easy to laugh at shit. How fucking dare you?
Well, if you're laughing, then I can.
How dare you make me a fucking monster? Don't fucking do this to me. You and I gotta fight. You and I gotta fight.
But
All right.
I will admit, I put a pin in that party, guys, because
Yeah,
Jelly
yeah.
here saying some things and I'm having some thoughts.
All right.
I know it ain't my place to tell you what to do, but
Yeah,
I don't know if it's a
one-
good idea you going to that party. But again, back burner. Yeah, meeting first.
Back burner. Look,
She seems to be able to find out information that you don't want her to find out.
oh yeah,
That
trust me.
is
That-
Cause
I
for
didn't even
concern.
know she had a fucking cameraman with that fucking picture. You should have seen that fucking do I even have the fucking hold on? I think I have it. Wait a minute. He actually turns his fucking computer on and like goes into a file and he flips the screen around. You see this shit, and what is there is a fucking email from a no email address, like blanked out email address. And it's just the photo of Morningstar standing next to Oz. And below it is just one word, and it says interesting.
Hey, Scales, you know, with you here in the room, you think you could maybe trace that back? I know it's a long shot, but...
I would need your brother's permission to have access to his things.
You have my permission to have access. Just be aware I will be rebooting this the minute you leave.
She gets up and she puts her hand on the computer. And she is going to trace this this email. While
The fuck?
simultaneously hiding herself.
You can do that too? Shit, is
I
that
tell ya.
fucking normal?
No, it ain't. My team's just that good.
I'm pretty normal.
No, you ain't. I saw you swim.
Everyone
Swimming
can
is
swim.
normal.
Well,
What's this
almost
fucking-
everyone can swim.
Nobody can swim like you.
Practice.
Morningstar, do me a favor and roll hacking.
Yeah.
Try to trace this.
Mm-hmm. That's a 3. Okay, I want to try something here,
Okay.
if you'll allow me, even though it's a 3, right? Okay, let me see. I'm going to try to break this down, and then you tell me if this is possible for me to do. So there's like the normal way of tracing this back, right? But she wants to kind of go a layer deeper, and start off smaller, of like triangulating a position rather than trying to pinpoint it. Does that make sense? Because if she can get the outside circle, then she can maybe circle, or she can maybe like slowly make her way deeper into that.
Okay, so you're basically trying to take this, instead of finding like where the email came from, you're trying to trace piece by piece like areas on the matrix it passed through to get here.
Yes, exactly. It's like following the money rather than trying to pinpoint the crimes.
I will allow you to make one more hacking roll using this.
Okay.
Without a penalty, because I do like this idea.
Right. All right, let's go. Come on. A 7.
Your triangulation method has worked.
Hey.
You are able to trace it back. And you find that it is a basically dead-end email that was created, sent the message, and stopped. But you do know, tracing back the areas of where it came from, it originated in some computers. I spoke that with the fucking accent. Some
I was
computers.
noticing that, but I wasn't gonna say anything. I love it.
I love getting stuck in the accent. Some computers at a basically almost like a data center right next to the rich neighborhood.
Okay. It came from that area. What do you call it? Paradise?
Oh yeah,
rich area.
Upper Paradise. It's part of the Paradise City, but it's specifically called Upper Paradise. They made it, God, I don't know, fucking 10, 15 years ago.
It came from that area.
That sounds about right. I think a couple of the Upper Varentes lived there.
Okay.
Yeah, I know it was her who fucking sent it.
No, she definitely sent it. But the question now is her cameraman someone in her inner circle? Or is it independent contractor she hired for the moment?
It
That's
could
the real
be
question.
any fucking number of anything, if I'm honest with you. I just know it sent the message, and Evangeline's gonna try to take my fucking head on a platter.
I do want to know who took that photo. Because there was only so many people on the scene that day.
That is true. The Varentess weren't really out there.
No, they wasn't, and I'd hate to think we had a rat.
Amongst
The angle's odd though, because it looks like this was taken out from in the middle of the field. I didn't think we saw anybody out there.
Well, it's amazing what drones can do these days.
True.
Amongst your people, I am not telling you that there is rat, but I am asking questions. Amongst your people, who has capability with such things? And more importantly, is there anyone amongst your people that recently you doubted? Even for a split second.
I'd need to have another conversation with all my people, as it were.
If it ain't any of our people, there's also a shot that some of Rue's folks might have other loyalties and might have been concerned.
No, Evangeline now owns several of the tabloid companies, yes?
Well,
Technically.
Rue's got them.
Now, let me tell you, fucking Ollie, Evangeline's got your girlfriend fucking whipped.
No, she don't.
Well, at least she got it publicly. You seen some of the fucking shit that those magazines have had to post?
I haven't
All
been keeping
about,
tabs on it too closely, just yet. Had my hands full with other business, as it were.
Oh yeah, have more insight here. Look it up. All about Evangeline and her humanitarian work.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure.
Oh, the most flattering shit I've ever seen. Also, the biggest pile of shit I've ever seen. So. Also, I don't think even one of those motherfuckers got her age right.
Oh, of course not.
When I look at these articles, and it's praising her humanitarian work, but what flavor of humanitarianism are we talking?
It is everything. It is so clearly lies. It's like, you know, cuddling puppies at some shit. Running a fucking charity event for orphans with polio or whatever.
Yeah, it's okay. So it's not like fucking biology, fucking plant life shit. It's just the general humanitarian stuff. Okay.
Listen,
Just
the
some kids
anti-vaxxers
in
got
polo
scary.
shirts.
Yes, kids in polo shirts.
All right.
For the fashionistically unfortunate.
Yes.
So amazing, fantastic, very cool. I suggest you talk to your people and just see if anyone has been having wayward thoughts. It's a good place to start. Perhaps this is something that you can speak to Rue about, Ollie.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking about it. We'll say there's every possibility that it was one of Rue's voice, because publicly she is with the Varentess now, and to see a self-declared Lokisan asset talking to the Falcone leader without involving the Varentess is politically sketch.
I love that everyone forgets in all of that focusing on Loki-san talking to whomever. The city was quite literally raining blood and on fire.
Scales, I ain't forgetting. What I'm doing is I'm looking at it as the way Evangeline's going to pitch it in the meeting and the way she'd pitch it to the council if she went for it. She got a case to make against Oz, and if she went and made that case, it could be big trouble for everybody.
Nonsense, but I understand.
No, it is nonsense. I know it's nonsense.
Yeah.
He knows it's nonsense. Thing is, if Evangeline's got a case, we got to throw that out before we can move forward.
It doesn't really matter, like, if real, not, it doesn't matter. All Evangeline has to do is get her little son to convince and make sure that all the Varentess are on his side and they're working all together, and that's it. If she can spin something with people with money, with the fucking other boys, fuck, man. She's still got more than us. She's still got more people.
Later on, we can have a sit down and I can really show you the ropes, politically speaking, the layers and the levels of nonsense we're dealing with here. Because no, you're right. The situation, if there's no more extenuating circumstances, I swear.
I just, find it interesting considering it was the Varentes boys that got possessed by Bloody Mary's little worms.
And if you think we ain't gonna be bringing that up in the meeting.
Her connections to Sandra are strong. Perhaps that is something to bring up at your meeting.
You think it wasn't the plan. In fact, that is part of why I suggest that we bring in Cloudy as an expert witness towards Aztechnology Drek. Because to make that case and prove them points, having somebody who knows a thing or two about magic who is not a Falcone,
Yes.
Because what we're there to do, officially, is talk it out. What happened? Whose fault is it? Whose fault is it not? And no, Evangeline, I promise we ain't conspiring behind the scenes to try and overthrow you and put the Lokis in your. No. Like that's part of what she's fearing right now, which is why it's being why we're making a deal out of it at all.
How can you overthrow a person who is not actually on the throne? You said it yourself. Her family are traditionalist.
You know what I mean? The Varentes, not her specifically. The Varentes as a whole, her family.
All she wants is that her little fucking bloodline, as tiny as it fucking is, anymore. Because Jesus, that lost a lot of people. As long as her little son and the who the fuck kids he pops out stay there, the Varentes probably won't say shit. And you don't have to work, it doesn't have to go father to son, mom to whatever. But some of the families just keep it that way. It's easier than fighting. So as long as she can keep her little line,
doesn't matter who's on the throne, so long as she's the power behind it.
Yes.
There is a moment. She doesn't say this, but I want for you guys to know. There is a brief moment for Morningstar in her mind where she's like, this woman is only a human. Like, she's only a person. She bleeds too. And so there's just that not quite murderous, I guess it is murderous, gleam in her eye for a moment, but it passes. And she simply nods and says, you check on your people, and Oliver will check with Rue.
Yeah,
she knows things before they are meant to come out, and in areas where they are meant to be private. This is a cause for major concern, especially because this meeting is coming. Who knows what else she will bring up? And I have a suspicion that she absolutely believes you that Ollie is alive. But she is playing, as you call it, politics.
That's a possibility. And I would say Oz is looking at you, Morningstar. Like he's watching you as you're speaking and as you change your things and as you're moving. He's been doing it the whole time, and he does sort of get a worried look on his face. He kind of shakes his shoulders, looks down. Yeah, what Evangeline knows, what she doesn't know, we'll definitely find out in the meeting, what she wants to say. She's not going to hide exactly what she wants once we get there. We've done, this meeting, we've done as much as I think we can, that I can speak on. I just want to say one thing before I request that you all head down to get that pie I offered you. Because I actually think I got some talking to do with some people. Please be aware that Evangeline may be a bitch. I may fucking hate her guts. She may deserve so many fucking things to happen to her. Be aware that nothing can. Yet. Be very aware of that, okay? Because if Evangeline goes down before things can get dealt with, then
Now at the time or the place, the heat's too much. Everybody'd suffer.
yeah, there's got to be something proof to everyone, proof that I could put in front of every motherfucker, not just in the Verentes, but to the family.
I'll talk to her about it, Zola.
Yeah, can you?
With your permission.
You got my permission. At this point, we are in way too fucking deep.
Thank you.
You got my permission because it is a lot. Y'all have walked into a much more large-scale bullshit. And
That's one way to put it.
If it puts you at ease, Oscar, I'm sorry, Mr. Falcon, I will do nothing to her.
Are you telling the truth, Morningstar?
Yes.
I'd say there's that moment
He
there's a little
will-
bit of a grin on Mojave's face and just kind of like, yeah, no, she promised me.
Yeah, she's absolutely telling the truth. She will not do anything physically to this woman.
There is
She
the murderous
just-
gleam in Mojave's eye.
Right. She's just like, I'm not she's saying I won't do anything to her, and she's being honest in that. But it is a thing of like, there is more than one way to kill a person. And what was done to Oliver should have been proof enough for why this woman cannot continue to be around. So yes, she is being honest.
He stares at you very carefully.
Mm-hmm.
Looks around the rest of the room, leans back. Okay, then you know what? I've said my piece. I think I've said as much as I can. Any other fancy things said behind closed doors can be said by Ollie. I will see... Well, personally, I'll see a couple of you at the meeting, most likely.
And
But
that's the meeting we're going to touch base about that party, yeah?
Yes, I promise. We will touch base about the party.
I'm allergic to it.
But I realize we're kind of reaching the time limit here. And I can't really go back down with you guys. Not immediately, so.
One final thing, Mr. Falcon. If you will allow me to touch your phone for a moment.
He pauses. He looks at you. You gotta know. You need to tell me what the fuck you're about to do.
I'm giving you a better way to contact me when you are in that meeting, should you need my services.
I can tell you now the phone ain't gonna be in there.
This is not just for your phone. Essentially, what she is doing is using the phone as a conduit so that any electronic device, he will have access to her. Does that make sense?
Kind of. I would like to know how you intend on doing that.
It's essential. What I'm thinking of here is sort of inspired by Boar's Head. You know how he placed when she had went searching to find out about the dolls and stuff like that, how he had placed a little bomb package. Yeah. So it's not a bomb, but essentially would be like a warning system that if he is in distress, he gets access to an electronic device, whatever it is. He will have essentially like a code that he could send, and it will directly come to her. But it's like this super encrypted special little sprite that he has access to always.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, I will have to require a compiling role and a registering role to do this. Because you are putting something together that has to go out and remain on the matrix and not raise a god score.
Yeah.
While it is following around an individual.
Yeah, it's essentially like going to be masked as like a coupon for a store that he frequents often, or like a store that Maya frequents often. So it's like, does that make sense? Like this little
Yeah. You're basically
encrypted thing.
You are making a Trojan.
A
Yes.
tracking cookie.
You're making a tracking
Yes.
cookie.
Yes. And so she just very gently explains this to him. And you said you need a compiling and a registering for me?
Yes, you have to compile this sprite and then register it.
Okay, I'm going to use an edge here because this is important. Because she's not just talking about this big meeting, she's also talking about that party.
Making a little buddy to live in his phone.
Mm-hmm. It's a 7.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, sprites have to be a certain strength, but for what you want, I'm picking the strength for this because there is a strength that this thing has to be to do what you want it to do.
Yeah, it is his fucking things are bad, shut this shit down so that I can fucking live. Okay, and then here's the registering. Ooh, that's a 2. Well,
I will say with the roles you've given me, this thing is on a fucking time limit, and you are aware of that. It is alive. It can give you what you need. It'll do what it's supposed to do. But this thing will begin to degrade, or at least start showing itself about in maybe a couple days.
Okay.
This thing's going to start basically bleeding data to the point that it will have a god score, and it is going to keep raising as a legal activity while attached to Oz.
So my question is this: is in a couple, because it lasts for a couple of days, and I'm aware of this time limit, would I be able to come back to him in some capacity and sort of re-up the security on it?
You could. It would almost be smarter to have this sprite. I'll let you keep the roles as they are and upload it later.
Okay, then that's what we'll do.
Yeah, because it's trying to put it back, you would have to try to make those rolls again and either match or overcome them.
Yeah, and then I will say that, so I will have it be that it will, at a delayed timing, and it's uploading, and I will let him know this is time limit in a couple days. I give him 3-4 days in which it will start to bleed in data, making it clear on the matrix that it exists. I can place code so that it eats itself.
Now, you are not giving me a lot of fucking confidence in what you have just handed me. I am aware of what you are doing. I get it. Understandable.
I can let you go in naked if you'd like.
I do. All right, hold on. You about to set me up to say something awful. That's not fair. Hold on. Did you put her up to this shit?
I didn't put her up to nothing. Look.
Look.
My friends hold their own.
I respect it. I understand. I am more comfortable having no tech on me than any tech on me. Me and my family, the way we work, you must understand, we run clear. We run clean a lot. Because we can communicate without needing to go into the Matrix. Because the Matrix is dangerous due to the Varen test. They got that shit shut down. We use ulterior means.
Fine.
So, yeah, I thank you for this object. You know what? If I ever have to go into a situation where I have to have a computer and then, things like that, an emergency, maybe I'll come back to this. Honestly, interesting idea. Legitimately. But as it stands, I would like to not have any illegal activity showing up anywhere near me. I have a public persona.
So close.
Yes. They will fucking audit my ass. We are almost about to have a fucking audit. That's why the meeting's happening so fucking fast at this point. Because that audit is coming.
You know what, Scales? If you put a pin in that, maybe when we get back to talking about that party after the meeting, might be the time and place.
She removes it, just deletes it from ever existing, from his stuff. And then we'll start to, she will just say, well, then I can think that is it. And she will get up to leave.
All right. Lovely. Unless there are any other questions, my treat. Order as much food as you want downstairs at the buffet. All the pies, all the everything. I gotta do some more work.
Sidelong glance at Shellhound.
Already getting ready to get up to go back to the elevator. He's been given the free hall pass to food.
And depending on how long you're down there, eventually I might make my way down. You know, I am the boss. Gotta go check the floor. If I see you again before you leave, hell yeah, I'll sit down and maybe have some food with you. If I don't, I don't. So I will give my tentative goodbyes right now.
Well, I'm gonna say thank you for the drinks, thank you for your time, and it's good to see you.
It's good
Hopefully
to see you.
next time we'll have more time to chat.
Yes, hopefully, when all of this bullshit's over and everything's over and all that shit, I will invite you all to come have a real dinner at my place or something. Just sit down, exist once this chaos is fucking over.
Look forward to it.
Okay?
Sounds like a plan.
Lovely. Door is there. Elevator will take you right down.
It's gonna stand up and go as though for a handshake, but like kind of pull Oz into a hug.
Oz is like expecting it and is immediately there. Like it is full mirror moment.
Yep. Pat on the back.
Nice meeting you, Mr. Falcone.
It was nice meeting my brother's friends.
Morningstar
And-
leaves.
You all may leave in whatever order you do. You all can enter into the elevator. And as the elevator doors close, that is where we're going to have to end this evening. As it is becoming the time. So, I want to thank everyone for playing. I want to thank everyone for watching. I hope this was a lovely night of chaos a little bit. Actually, a lot of chaos for a while, but hey, all good chaos. We are going to have to go through all of my lovely friends in some odd and strange order. We're going to go in order of most likely to get stuck in an elevator. I have no way of confirming any of this shit, so I'm gonna be going who has the worst luck. Due to some things I know in real life of just how often someone goes to like things like conventions and shit. Cloudy, who are you and why do you exist?
Personally, maybe, but Cloudy can 100% literally just melt electronics, literally fly out and move to the next area.
Leave.
But me, hello everyone. I am Lord Rajan, and I play Cloudburst here on Mondays. I exist to be a problem solver. Luckily, for past several sessions, it's been nice. It's been nice. Just yeah. I am. It's gonna be next session, isn't it? It's gonna be next session, isn't it? But yeah, no.
I don't know what you're talking
Other
about.
than that, but otherwise, I tend to just go on other friendo streams, hang out, vibe, chill, have a nice time, and enjoy wherever I'm happening to be, even if it's stuck with elevator. Stuck in an elevator with some friendos.
Have you been stuck in an elevator? I'm curious.
No, but it was close. I can say I've been stuck in a foreign country, but that is a different story entirely.
Next, because I think it would be funny as hell. Don't look into that. I'm not trying to be cruel, but Morningstar, who are you and why do you exist?
To clear it up right now, I've never been stuck in an elevator. And let's hope that never happens to me. Morningstar, maybe by her sheer size, might get stuck in an elevator. Hi everyone. I am Theresa Rave all over the internet. This is what I do. I do TTRPGs here at Table of Horrors for Shadowrun and for some other things. If you want to see me in those other things, check out the YouTube channel. All of the VODs of previous adventures are on there. I am also a part of Lanyap Gaming as both player and storyteller. So if you'd like to see that stuff, go to Lanyap Gaming on YouTube and you can see the stuff I was a player as. Soon there will, well, I shouldn't say too soon, but in the near future, you will see me as a storyteller for Blood and Jazz Malveillance, a VTM game set in 1980s New Orleans, and so hopefully that will be fun. Other than that, I am also a part of Rolling Nomads, and I am currently, it can be watched on their channel, a character in Old Gods of Appalachia, which is a really cool horror anthology type of game. To which an Uscavian is holding up
there
the
we
book.
go.
It's super fucking cool. You guys should check it out. Yeah, and then I have a YouTube channel where I do ASMR styled readings of my favorite books, just the excerpts though, because I want you to go get the books and read them yourselves. They're great. And then also I do spicy content if you're into that sort of thing. Check out the links and you can find me all over the place and at those places specifically.
Next is more because I think he may be either evaporated the ether already or may do that soon. Anxiety, who are you and why do you exist? He may have already evaporated into the ether.
Oh, wait, there he is. There he is.
Hello, I'm Slip. I work retail. I'm also a player here at Table of Horrors. I'm also a player over there at Lanyap Gaming. I do stuff. I try to keep it real. I try to keep it cool. Whatever. Go fuck yourself, chat.
That is hell yeah, bro. All right, hell yeah. All right. Next, hold on. I can type words. Jason, who are you and why do you exist?
Well, firstly, I have been trapped in an elevator. I don't know if I'm the only one here, but yes, I have been trapped in an elevator. I had one of my old jobs. You had to take the elevator at least to the second floor because there's no stair entrance, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I actually had a coworker. She was terrified of elevators, so she would take the elevator to the second floor and then take the stairs up the other 10 flights to the 11th floor.
Oh my god! Help!
So I am Noscavian. I play tabletop on Table of Horrors. Monday's game is Shadowrun, and Thursday's game is Vampire. I have friends who are authors of night books, such as our very own Daybreakathon, who's written Woodbreaker and Windswept. Check them out. And I also have a friend who's written The Obelisk, The Long Dream by Solus. Check them out. And as mentioned earlier, there is Old Gods of Appalachia. This is a very well done RPG. It's wonderful. It uses the Cypher system. Check it out.
I might have to look that in. Look up that.
Yeah.
If you like Lovecraftian horror with like 1920s and like Appalachian like
folklore,
mountain man mysticism kind of stuff,
It's out my window. Yes.
Yeah.
Damn, chat, that might be showing up later. Damn, chat, I might be switching out some things. Don't worry about it. It's a long time from now. All right, then. Oh God. Like it. Shellhound, who are you and why do you exist?
Hello, I am Wonton. I can no longer say I'm a jobless hobo. I actually got a job, which boo. I exist here and on other places, on other channels. My friends invite me to Tabletop. I forgot to mention I exist because my parents did the thing on Christmas. I don't know what my friends do on Christmas. That's their job. That's their business.
That's their business.
And Shalhan probably wouldn't care about being stuck in an elevator, and I don't either because it's happened to me too many times. I've worked at a hotel overnight by myself.
I'm so sorry.
Oh,
I've been stuck in the elevator with and without guests before for up to several hours at a time.
Stuck in the elevator with the ghosts, man.
then obviously last is Mojave. Who are you and why do you exist?
Hi, I'm Daybreakathon. Honestly, it's kind of surprising that I've never been stuck in an elevator, seeing as I used to live in a building where multiple times a day I would have to take what was affectionately called the murder elevator, because it just so closely resembled the set of a horror movie. Yeah! Hi, author, artist, streamer. I do things. I've wrote a couple of books that Noskavian held up. Third one is on the way. As soon as I can get it to the point where I'm ready to let people look at it. There they are! I wrote those things! I also do the character art for the characters here, doing things and places and stuff. I drew the faces. Talk to me if you want me to draw some faces for you. Blah, 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 blah. I stream over on my own channel right here on Twitch, Daybreakathon. I play whatever I want whenever I can. Lately, I have been tormenting Softy in Monster Hunter. I'm tormenting Softy in most of the games that we play together. I think that's everything. Except, of course, my dog is around here somewhere, and I'm sure any moment he will come running to say hello.
Hello, puppers.
Soon there will be a jingle jangle. Then last and honestly most certainly least, as the talent is more important in my opinion. Hi.
I will slap you with a fish!
Hi, I am your... Oh, I shouldn't yell. My roommates are probably asleep. Hi, I've been your Cosmic GM, Softonomicon. I have been stuck in an elevator 3 times.
Oh my god.
I used to live with my aunt, who lived in an apartment building. It was twice in that apartment building, and once at my college.
I am so
That college
sorry.
only had 2 floors, and it was just right there, and I thought, hey, I could take it this one time.
Never again.
There were 4 of us in there. Didn't even move. They just had to pry the doors open. That was fun. So, yes, I am, as I said before, I am a fucking elder god. I, here on Table of Horrors, I run the Flood here on Mondays, obviously. I have created the intro and the overlay as you see fit here. I do artwork, graphic design, and I draw monsters like the goofy little motherfucker talking right now. I have a coloring book up on my Patreon that's called The Periodic Table of Monsters. I have my own channel where I do video games and art and such. Right now, I'm stuck in the loop of hell that is day tormenting me in Monster Hunter Wilds. I love that game. I'm ready to go. That's it. Good night, cruel world. I think I just did everything but in a different order, so now my brain's frozen.
Yes, you did everything.
Yeah. I love my friends here. Table of Horrors, I can give a real quick thing. Obviously here, Mondays, Run the Flood. On Thursdays is Carnage and D Minor. So, hey, you want some vampire games? Come back here on Thursdays. Same time, same place, same goofy face. Says. That's the things. I need a raid. I'm gonna pick a random because screw it. Let's see something fun. Oh, well, I said random, and then I see Rolling Nomads.
Hey. I think it's werewolf tonight.
It's werewolf tonight.
Hey.
I mean, they're right there.
Yeah, right then. Why not?
They're right there. Okay, they're right there. It's fine. So, yeah, we're going to go raiding Rolling Nomads. They're playing Werewolf the Apocalypse. In fact, I think it's like the epilogue. It's the first episode of something. So, there we go. Having a good time in our lives. I'm waiting for that. Okay, raid's done. So, we can't go raiding on until... Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I can't pick a person. Who the hell hasn't said a line recently? This line's gonna be really dumb until Shellhound says the line.
Catchphrase.